All right, 3 o'clock, Mink coming along, and then Mike's on. Mike has returned to the Fan, and he's coming up in just moments. Carlin, Maggie, Bart, we out. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 right here on the Fan. Stay tuned. Mike's on next.
Mike Francesa is back home on the Fan every Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6:30. Joining Boomer and Gio from 6 to 10 a.m. Benito and Roberts from 10 to 1. And CMB, Carlin, Maggie, and Bart from 1 to 3 p.m. for a full day of New York sports talk on your flagship station for New York sports and New York Yankees baseball. Sports Radio 1019 FM and Sports Radio 66, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York.
WFAN Sports Flash.
This report brought to you by Credit Karma. Get your truly free credit score and free credit monitoring from Credit Karma. Download the Credit Karma app today. Credit Karma, get knowing. Well, here's the baseball. Yanks and Astros tonight in Houston. Second of a 4-game set. Astros winning 2-1 last night, stopping the Yanks' 9-game win streak. The Astros checking in at 20-10 on the season, tying the best 30-game start in franchise history. They did that last year en route to the World Series title and back in 1973 as well. Jordan Montgomery, Justin Verlander, your pitchers. Yankee baseball on the Fan. Yankee pregame at 7:30. Meantime, Noah Syndergaard pitching on regular rest with the news. The next Stephen Matz start would be Saturday. Mets and Braves first 3 out at Citi Field tonight. Mets checking in at 17-9. The Braves 16 at 11. NBA playoffs. The Warriors Pelicans in Oakland. Game 2 of this Western semi. Golden State winning the opener. They'll have Steph Curry expected to be available tonight. Out since March 23rd with a sprained MCL. Coach Steve Kerr not sensing any type of rust.
Sometimes it's just one shot for him that gets him going. So, but he'll want to get his legs underneath him, and so we'll try to find that balance between being cautious and letting him go a little bit.
And the last time Curry came back from an extended knee injury was Game 4 of the Western semis against the Blazers a couple of years ago. He scored 40 in that overtime win.
Hurry up.
And the Eastern Conference, I have to hurry up,
I have
folks.
things to do.
Cavs take on the Raptors in Game 1. And the weather, 75 degrees and sunshine. That's what's happening. Sports Flash is at the top of the hour. That's what we do now. This is John Minko at Sports Radio 1019 FM and Sports Radio 66. And you know what's coming up now, folks.
What?
We are your flagship station for Mike Francesa and Mike's On, coming right up now.
Mike's on. He's ready to go on the Fan. New York Sports Radio. Mike's on. Mike's on. He'll get you the sports any way that he can. It's Mike Francesa on the Fan. Sports Radio 66 and 1019 FM. WFAN.
From the studios of WFAN, and yeah, it has my name on it, but I'm not going to keep saying that. This is Mike Francesa, and it is Mike's On. Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to be back. A little surprising to be back, and in case you might have seen a little notice about it in the last couple of days, I am back. We'll get into all that. I'm sure some of you, as you call and go through the day, might have a couple of questions. If you do, we'll answer them then. I'm not going to sit here and give you a litany of what happened, because some of it is none of your business, and the rest of it, well, I'll tell you it as we go along. But I want to thank everyone for all the kind thoughts and wishes that came from every corner. It was overwhelming, all the nice messages and warm greetings that were sent my way, so I thank everybody for that. And it's time to get down and do some sports, which I haven't had a chance to do in a long time. It was December 15th the last time I was here. So a lot has gone on since then. We're not going to get to all of it in one day, but we got a lot going on right now. I was fascinated by the Yankees and the Astros last night. First of all, I don't like the Astros very much, but, the Yankees went in there having won 9 straight. They were going to be, after last night, 4 games into this 13-game schedule that was going to be the one that was the true test. After the ups and downs of the early season, the rotten weather, and boy, do we have rotten weather. I mean, don't get me started on that, because this is the first nice day we've had ever this spring, and it's the first day I have to be here. So God's playing a little trick on me as far as that, because it's 80 and sunny, and I waited for 2 months to have an 80-degree day to play golf. But hey, that's the way it goes. But the 4 games into this part of the schedule, early season, you had the weather to deal with, you had the injuries, you had little inconsistency here and there. They weren't playing well, and then all of a sudden they got hot, and then here came the Angels, and that was fast order. And then, of course, this 4-game stop in Houston, which started with a loss last night as Charlie Morton continued his mastery, and that's the only word for it, over the Yankees as he did last night. I mean, the Astros right now, the way they pitch, I don't love their bullpen, but the way they pitch, especially in the starting rotation, with Verlander doing what he's doing, and I wondered if he would do that, you know, in the regular season after being so brilliant in the postseason last year, but right now he is doing it. They're all doing it as far as the rotation goes. Their pitching numbers are extraordinary. Their offense is terrific. So right now you have to call them the class, but the Yankees, the Red Sox will have something, and the Indians will have something to say about that as the weeks and months go on. We have a chance to have a lot of fun here this year, especially with the Yankees and the Red Sox. But right now, 4 games into this 13 games, which will conclude with the Indians and then the Red Sox coming to town. But first 3 more games with the Astros after last night's loss. You know, I was driving today, I heard people complaining about who was in the lineup and who wasn't. Come on, it is the last day of April. I mean, calm down about stuff like that. Let people get a day off here and there. It's a long season, and already the Yanks have been backed up because of the many rainouts, because they were dumb enough to start the schedule early and run into this incredibly bad weather. So we got a lot to get to. We got the Yankees. We got to get some stuff with the Mets, and the Mets have had a good start. I mean, they're often playing well. They got some holes, but right now you got to be happy with what's going on so far. And you also have to be happy with the fact that Washington is not nearly Washington, and neither Atlanta or the Phillies are ready to win on a big level. They're improved. I think the Phillies would be much improved this year, but neither one's ready to go to the playoffs, and Washington's sure struggling with their issues and their injuries, so that gives the Mets a chance. Cespedes doesn't seem like he's too badly hurt right now. It looked like it's okay, so I think that, and that's obviously a very big positive. You'll see him, I think, get torrid when the weather heats up as it is going to do this week. There's a lot of other things to get to. NBA, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, watching LeBron, and I don't know how much LeBron talk there's been. There'll be some with me here because that last series, listen, I know they're not good. I know they're not championship material, but to watch him carry the team the way he did, even through that first round, he's going to have to do that every single round here. And for me, knowing we're running out of time with him, where you got maybe two, possibly 3 years left, if you get some support left at this level, I love watching what he's doing right now, and what is a little bit of a changing of the guard, especially in the East. You know, Philly's got the most talent, but they're not ready to win yet. And the Celtics, if they had everybody, it'd be a different team. But right now, the East wide open as we get ready to start this Cleveland-Toronto series. We'll get to that. We got coaches still to name with some teams here in town. We'll get to that. And, of course, the draft. And, you know, for me, and we'll have Mike Maccagnan, the Jet general manager, later in the show, the Jets getting Sam Darnold, to me, everything finally, for a franchise that's usually very unlucky, everything finally fell into place, because to me, this guy, you know, if you've listened to this show or watched me over the last couple of years, you know how high I am on him. I thought he was clearly the best quarterback. I think he's going to be the best of the group. I know a lot of people differ, and there was a lot of, indecision and also, very varied opinions on the 4 quarterbacks. Can't doubt what the Giants did. I mean, they could have done something different. They could have. And maybe, if things don't work out and this group doesn't come back and win big, they'll maybe rue the day they didn't draft the quarterback, especially the one that went right after their pick. We'll have to wait. That's something that guys will be chatting about long after there's somebody else chatting about it, because I think that's something that could be talked about for a decade. We'll see what happens there. But Eli will join us today, so we'll talk about him and his new toys. He's got plenty of them, and they've gone out of their way to commit to him and build what looks to be a pretty fun offense around him. Now with Barkley, and especially with the offensive line, which had to get better and now should get a lot better with the additions that they have. So we get to that. A-Rod will join me. He called and asked to be the first guest. I said, why not? So he will be the first guest in a little while. We'll also talk to Jay Wright, as I was thrilled to go game by game with Villanova this year and watch them win a national championship. Another one. I remember sitting here a couple of years ago when people were watching Jay Wright not get through the first Sunday and complaining and actually saying, hey, this guy, we got to get a new coach at Villanova. There were people who made those calls. Now, 3 years later, 2 national championships, and now people are hoping and praying that he doesn't leave Villanova. I don't think he is. He turned down the Knicks. He didn't want to talk to them. I I think he has found the home there, and he has built a program that is not only the winningest program in the country over the last 6 years, but now a dominant force that ranks with Duke or Kentucky or anybody else because of what they've been able to do year after year with their style of play. He'll join us. So you have A-Rod and Eli and Mike Maccagnan and Jay Wright for the show. So we got a lot to get to. As I said, rather than sit here and tell you the long story about how I wound up back here, I know you'll have questions. We'll get to it that way. I missed everybody. I missed doing this. That's part of this. There's no question. There's another part of it, which I'll get to. There's something that we've been working on, and I'll tell you about that I'm very excited about, which is a very big part of it, and really what brought me back more than anything else. But I'll get to all that right after this word from my good buddies at Casamigos, the tequila, who want to tell everybody that we are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos tequila. And Leon Slater, too, is a good friend of mine up in Westchester. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those who have welcomed me back to fan, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheer. Or for those who maybe didn't want to hear from me again, well, you know what? Have a shot at Casamigos anyway. And welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly. And we roll on from the big city right after this. Feeling cooped up? Well, spring is finally here. Time to roll down the windows and hit the open road in your new RAV4 all-wheel drive from Curry Toyota. How's this for super springtime savings? $172 a month for a lease. That's right, your all-new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month, 36 short months. You heard right, a new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month. $29.99 due at signing, plus tax and motor vehicle fees. Discover the difference at Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, next to Kohl's, or click currytoyota.com. There is never a worry when you hurry to Curry. A Curry Automotive dealership, a family owned and operated since 1919, excludes tax, title, and motor vehicle fees, includes $75 dock fee. Call 866-957-9078 for full lease details. Offer ends May 31st.
Can you believe it's already May? Summer's around the corner. Next year will be here before you know it. So as time flies, get your savings on the rise. Open a 12-month CD from Capital One to get guaranteed returns on your money with one of the highest savings rates around. Capital One CDs are FDIC insured up to allowable limits for extra peace of mind. Stop by your nearest Capital One location today to lock in a great rate. Offered by Capital One NA.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat. Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief. Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's epic.
Actually, make my voice more heroic.
Oh, yeah. Cue music. The explosions. Yes, my follicles are tingling. The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale is here. Use online check-in for a great haircut that makes you feel great. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs April 27th through May 4th. Salons in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
As your family grows, the White Plains Chrysler family will be there to grow with you. Go to whiteplainschrysler.com.
It's time to start thinking big, real big, like 28-karat diamond big, because the Powerball jackpot is over $195 million. So play today, because anything can happen in Jersey. Phony fees, upcharge add-ons, extra value programs that cost you extra. Stop letting car dealers take advantage of you. This is Brett Saslow, owner of Smith Haven. Bring me any car dealer's offer, and I'll show you why it's not a Smith Haven real deal. Every real deal comes with our 5-star added value program that saves you thousands and doesn't increase your price. It includes 2 complimentary oil changes, lifetime free state inspections, 60 service loaners available, and so much more value. At Smith Haven, the extras are on us and available to everyone. No after-the-sale add-on fees, no phony prep charges, and pricing with rebates everyone qualifies for. Real deals, no phony fees or add-ons. That's what makes Smith Haven truly different. Visit smithhaven.com or go to Smith Haven Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Jericho Turnpike, St. James, Smithtown. Always remember when you shop for a car, if it's not a Smith Haven deal, it's not a real deal. Jeep Celebration Event. Hey, New Jersey, the Powerball jackpot is now $195 million. Play today.
Curry Hyundai, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit curryhyundai.com. All right, now we're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire studio, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Okay, so, and also, yes, they asked me, are you going to mention the studio's name? It's kind of weird. I agree with that, so no, I'm not going to mention that. I am not. And like I said, I know some of you might have questions. There's been a lot of attention paid to it in the last week, as I noticed. But when you do, I'll get to some of them. And again, I didn't want to sit here and spend an hour going over every different aspect of it. But we have some new stuff that we're going to get to, and I will get to that in. Mons, come here for a second. Give me my. I don't want to get up and jump up, so just. Give me my sport jacket for a second, because I got something in there that I wanted to grab. So I have some papers in there that I wanted to get to. Thanks. It's in my club. Somebody grab it out of my pocket here. Thanks. Thank you. So, and I'll get to your calls when I can. I see them up there, But one of the things that I wanted to do, and it really became my quest during this whole process. And, there's been a lot of, to say faulty reporting would be just, it's not even worth saying. It's so laughable. But the bottom line is, I wanted to develop something new. I didn't want to go do something, and I could have easily done that with a lot of different opportunities, but I didn't want to go do something that was already being done. I wanted to try and do something new. So I developed this app called Mike's On. And early on, I had a dinner with the guy who runs CA Sports, Mike Levine. I was introduced by a mutual friend, and we chatted, and we got along really well, and I told him what I wanted to do, and he loved the idea, and CA, which is an unbelievable outfit, I mean, the biggest in all of sports, they became my partners on it, and we set out to kind of build this app, and which we will have ready to go by the fall. And we're going to do some new stuff on it. We're going to really, I think, break some ground with it. We're going to have, and that's what I really want to do. I want to do something different, something new, and we have some ideas, which I'll get to as we go forward, and I'll tell you all about them. But we'll get to it. It won't be operational until probably late summer. It will be before the football season starts, because we're going to do a lot of NFL stuff on there. We're also going to do the football show on Sunday on the app. And they already have it up where you can join and get the information, and we're not charging anybody any money yet. We haven't even set up the prices and everything yet of how it's going to work. But you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On. That's it. So you can go there. It's already operational. They set it up last night. So you can go there and, get on the app, and find out all the information as we go forward. And like I said, we're developing a lot of stuff on there. There'll be a place for other voices on there, not just mine. That's my goal. It's something I want to have many years from now. Who knows who's going to work on it? I want to find some aspiring new broadcasters. Who knows? Maybe someday my kids will work on it. I'm not even sure. But long after I'm done doing this part, and I'm thrilled to be back doing this, but long after I'm done doing that, I want to have the app and something that I want to, kind of have some fun with and do some different things with that. And there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been tried before that we're going to try this year. And we're also going to institute some new things from an audio standpoint, from a video standpoint. Like I said, find some new voices. And that doesn't mean I need to get deluged. I've already have been the last day by people with applications. I'm not equipped to handle that yet, and we haven't hired a whole staff yet. We're just starting. So wait on that. We'll try and get to that in the weeks to come, but we're going to do some stuff with that. And like I said, we will have that up and ready. And I thought as we went forward, the most opportune way to promote that and connect to it was to have a show like this that is allowed to talk about the app and is not taking away from the show by doing it, because Intercom, which owns FAN, is my partner on the app. So I'm partners with CAA and I'm partners with Intercom on the app, which is what led me back here, because Intercom obviously owns WFAN. So when I worked with David Field, which I did extensively in the last couple of months on this, it became more and more an opportunity, everyone thought, for me to come back and do some stuff here. You've heard all different varied times I'm going to be here. I've agreed to be here for the next 2.5 years, for the rest of this year, and then 2 years after. That's what I agreed to. That's what they wanted. There's other things that we'll get to that aren't very important today, but this will all develop in time, and there will be a tremendous connection and a real connectivity between the show, which is Mike's On, and the Mike's On app. And like I said, you can go to Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at Mike's On and follow with that right now and find out all about it. So it's all there starting right now if you want to get involved. So we will tell you all about it, and we're just beginning to put that together. I've been working with the CAA people who are just unbelievable professionals on this for a good amount of time. We went through a whole bunch of different partners who could have easily been our third partner before Intercom came along and became the perfect fit. So it was not any foregone conclusion that I was coming back here. If you had talked to me a month ago, I wouldn't even have considered it a possibility. And everything kind of fell into place in the last couple of weeks, and away we go. So that's where we are right now. And you know what? I did the show for a long time. I didn't know how it would be to be away from it. Being away for a while was fun. It really was. And I didn't really feel like I had to come back. I wanted to come back because, I wanted to work. I didn't want to not work at all. And especially in the wintertime where the weather's bad, you want to get out and do something. Now, in a day like this, I could always hit the golf course on a day where it's 80 degrees, and today was just the first beautiful day. We've had the most rotten spring I could ever remember, and being off in the spring, you really felt how rotten it was. I mean, the weather was just atrocious. But it looks like we finally got through that. So that's where we are right now. And again, like I said, I'm not ducking any part of what went on. If you have questions, I'll gladly answer them if I can. If there's something I can't tell you about, I won't tell you about it. But if there's something I can tell you about, I gladly will. And you can hear it from me. And, that's the way it should be. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, and no one else knows. A couple of people do. I mean, David Field does, and Mike Levine does. But other than that, there aren't too many who did, because that was really what we hatched over a period of time. And, it's funny, I met with a lot of different companies. Some of them were very tempting offers. The Musburgers made me a tremendous offer to go work on their new network, which I think is going to be a big success. I met with them. They made a great offer to me, and they actually wanted me to be the guy who worked before Brent. So it was going to be back-to-back with the guy who really was the first guy I ever worked with in this business. And the guy who was really my first mentor in the business was Brent Musburger, and working with him as I did at CBS, working with him daily, my show into his show, was something that really was intriguing. And they made me a wonderful offer, but it just didn't feel exactly right. And I just thought And then I got back to this, and I thought this made the most sense. And, yeah, there was, a couple things that had to be worked out. And obviously, at times, some people found it exceedingly clumsy. But we're back, and we're looking forward to doing some shows just the way we always have, in the same way as we always have. So I'm not going to take your calls this second because we're going to have A-Rod in just a couple of minutes. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to A-Rod, and then I promise we'll get to your calls. You'll also hear from Jay Wright and Mike Maccagnan and Eli Manning on this first show back after this. Feeling cooped up? Well, spring is finally here. Time to roll down the windows and hit the open road in your new RAV4 all-wheel drive from Curry Toyota. How's this for super springtime savings? $172 a month for a lease. That's right, your all-new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month, 36 short months. You heard right, a new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month. $29.99 due at signing, plus tax and motor vehicle fees. Discover the difference at Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, next to Kohl's, or click currytoyota.com. There is never a worry when you hurry to Curry. A Curry Automotive dealership, a family owned and operated since 1919, excludes tax, title, and motor vehicle fees, includes $75 dock fee. Call 866-957-9078 for full lease details. Offer ends May 31st.
Royal Caribbean's Wow Sale is back. Right now, get 50% off your second guest and up to $300 to spend at sea on Anthem or Adventure of the Seas, both leaving from the New York area. Sailing started just $6.99. And because exploring is always better together, kids sail free. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. This offer ends Sunday, so visit RoyalCaribbean.com or call your travel agent now. Offer ends May 6th. Prices are per person, double occupancy, interior room. Reflect savings subject to availability. Taxes, fees, import expenses, additional terms apply. Ships registry Bahamas.
Can I get a ticket to Hoboken?
You've been playing at 888 Casino, haven't you?
Yes.
With so many amazing games, you can't help but have fun at 888.
How'd it go?
I said Hoboken, but maybe it's Hawaii.
Sign up at 888 for a free $20 credit at 888casino.com. 888casino.com is a New Jersey legal and authorized online casino. You must be 21 or older and located in New Jersey while gambling. Offer for new 888casino.com players only. Pick a sign-up offer as of August 23, 2017. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sunday night, May 6th. Get ready for WWE Backlash. For the first time in Newark, see Roman Reigns as he battles Samoa Joe. The Miz challenges Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Jinder Mahal defends the U.S. Championship against Randy Orton, and more. Don't wait, great seats are still available at the box office and Ticketmaster. In the wake of WrestleMania, the Backlash awaits.
Yuengling Traditional Lager is a taste of amber gold that comes from America's oldest brewery. It's a beer that drinks well and tastes the way beer is supposed to. Born from a tradition of hard work and sacrifice. It brings with it all the know-how that doing a thing well for nearly 200 years affords. Yuengling Traditional Lager, from America's oldest brewery. Respect. It's earned. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Please drink responsibly.
We are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos Tequila. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those of you who have welcomed me back to fan, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheers to you. For those of you who haven't, well, have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. If you want to buy a home, we can help you get a great mortgage that may require as little as 3% down. And we also invented Rocket Mortgage. It gives you a solid approval in as few as 8 minutes. And for 8 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call America's largest mortgage lender at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Based on Rocket Mortgage data in comparison to public data records. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Results may vary.
Napa know-how.
Hear that screeching sound from your car? It's your brakes yelling, "Change me." So head to any Napa Auto Care Center, and we'll replace them for you or or go to any Napa Auto Parts store and do it yourself. Either way, you'll get a $50 prepaid Visa card by mail on qualifying purchases over $250. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 5/31/18.
Curry Hyundai, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit curryhyundai.com. All right, a couple of things here. Yankees and Astros tonight, obviously, on the fan. Montgomery and Verlander. Verlander off to an incredible start again this year. Braves and Mets, Citi Field, Newcomb and Syndergaard. Met lineup quickly. Cabrera, Conforto, Cespedes in the lineup. Bruce Frazier and Gonzalez, Rosario, Nito, and Syndergaard. The lineup tonight as the Mets open up a series with the Braves this evening. And I know people have asked about this. Mons, of course, the first thing Mons asked me, it says he especially, Friday is Derby Day. We don't have a show Thursday. I'll be here tomorrow. Unless this doesn't work out, this is, if it doesn't work out, who knows. But if it works out okay, and we get through the show, I'll be here tomorrow. And Thursday we're off because the Yankees have a game in Houston. I'm already playing golf. It's going to be 85. And Friday we will be here. Saturday, as some of you may know, some of you have had it on the calendar for a very long time, is the Run for the Roses, the Kentucky Derby. And yes, Brad Thomas will join me. So would I do a Friday show without Brad before the Derby so you can line your pockets with gold once again? Of course not. Especially in a wide open group like this where you can, find yourself. The Derby is the best betting race of the year. First of all, you never get a race with that many horses in it. Secondly, they all can run. I mean, it's not like, listen, there are horses that are better than other horses, but they all can run. These are all good horses. They have to qualify. So you can get real prices. I mean, some of the best exactas I've ever hit have been in the Kentucky Derby. It is a great betting race. By far, I never do well on the Breeders' Cup. For some reason, something goes wrong. But on the Derby, it has been my race. I have done so well in the Derby through the years, and I love the Derby. And it's the best betting race of the year. So yes, Brad will be with us. I don't have a dime for him yet, so just listen to the whole show and you'll hear Brad. So yes, as a matter of fact, Brad called me this morning. So I didn't call him back yet today because I've just been running around like crazy. But he called me this morning. So yes, Brad will be with me. Well, of course. And I actually told the Musburgers when I met with them in the city, and they are very serious about their network. They have incredible financing behind their gambling network, which is going to be done from Vegas and other points around the country. And I sent them Brad. I said, you got to bring Brad into your network. He's so good on the horses. You got him. So I hooked them up with Brad. I said I thought that would be a perfect place for him to go. And they really have a first-class operation. They really do. I was very impressed by it. Meeting with them, I was very impressed by them. And I actually, gave it a little thought. It just wasn't exactly what I wanted to do in terms of time and in terms of just content and everything, but it was very enticing. And I did send Brad their way. All right, so we got a busy show, as we said. Then tomorrow we have a busy show, and then Friday it'll be our Derby show with Brad among our many guests. All right, first guest, we welcome in, and it's nice of him to be here. He asked to be the first guest, and I said, absolutely, I'd be honored if he's the first guest, and that, of course, is A-Rod. A-Rod, welcome. How are you?
Mike, what's happening? Welcome back, man.
Thank you. Good to talk to you, A-Rod. How are things?
Well, I told you I was one of your last guests when I left, and I said, if you ever come back, I want to be one of your first.
Well, you are the first, so absolutely. And I know that there were some forces that tried to keep you from coming to the program today, so I thank you for telling them no way and coming to the program as planned. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I keep my promises, and obviously a big fan of you and your show, and New York sports needs you.
Well, that's nice. Well, tell me, first of all, how's the gig going? How's it going?
It's going great. I mean, Matt and Jessica have been just an absolute blast to work with, collaborating with them. It's not just Sundays. Like, we have our Thursday calls, and we're constantly talking and communicating, and it's really fun when you can spend that much time and energy, prepping for two teams. And it's kind of our Sunday night for us, like our football night, right? You get the one night where it's exclusive, and you get the best game of the week, and we're having a lot of fun.
Do you like working this much? I mean, that was obviously, you've done the postseason, you got rave reviews. Do you like working this much on a weekly basis, having to travel as much as you are?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The travel is a bit challenging, but so far so good. Again, it's a new challenge. It's a lot different than studio work, but it helps when we have great producers. Matt and Jessica are all-stars at what they do, and it helps having a veteran like Matt kind of leading the way for us as well.
All right, we're talking with, obviously, the familiar voice of Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod joins us here as our first guest back. And let me ask you about a couple of guys here. Give me your thoughts. Ohtani, what have you seen? What's your opinion?
I mean, off the charts. I mean, he hit a ball at Severino on Friday night last week where it was 97 miles an hour in off the plate, and the thing just took off like a launch shot. It was like a strawberry shot. And there's probably a handful of people in the world that can do that of Severino right now. And then if you think about him pitching 101, 102 with a split finger that looks like Mike Scott or Roger Clemens, again, a handful of people in the world can do that. So the combination, it'll be fascinating to see how he matures.
Gleyber Torres.
Roberto Alomar.
That's who he looks like. That's who it's like the spinning image.
Boy, I hope so for our case, right? I mean, that'll be amazing. But he has that, maturity. He's a young guy, but he has the maturity of a 30-year-old. He looks and feels like he's been there for 10 years, and that's rare to say. But I think defensively, it is a great match for this team. This team needs defense. Defense that's the one part of the game that's been very bad for the Yankees, and he really is an injection of good energy for them.
We're talking with A-Rod, and there's a lot of new guys and a lot of new faces in baseball, young guys. First of all, Judge, I guess you didn't hear the sophomore jinx, huh? I guess not, huh?
No. I think Stanton has been a beneficiary of, Judge has been a beneficiary of Stanton and the new additions. I mean, he's kind of just gone right under the radar. He's hitting second, and he is getting better each and every day.
When you talk about guys who have emerged, Didi has gone to another level. Now, we've watched him from the days where he came to the Yankees, did not even know how to run the bases, looked like he had no baseball instincts. I know there were those days where I was at the stadium some days, early in those days. I heard other people talking about it. We talked about it. You and Beltran on the field schooling this guy. I mean, he had to replace Jeter, which was very tough. Now he has flowered into this virtual budding superstar player. How about Didi's emergence?
It's been something that I've been amazed watching. Very close, being his teammate. Give Brian Cashman a lot of credit. He coveted Didi years before he actually bagged the elephant. And what I like about Didi, I mean, here's a guy that fell flat on his face, to your point, Mike, the first month. I've never seen a player. I was really nervous for him. When I would go out there and work with him.
He couldn't even run the bases.
He could not stay on his feet. I mean, he would just fall on his face. He wasn't hitting. He couldn't catch a ground ball. And I said, oh, boy. And, today he's emerged as he's playing as the MVP, potential Triple Crown winner. And he's a guy that if he ever gets to be a free agent, he is going to command dollars that are probably going to be the Machado if he keeps up.
It's amazing what he's become. And clutch, big spots, big home runs, big spots. Every time you get him in a big spot, he seems to produce. It's unbelievable what he's done.
The reason why I like Didi is the combination of power, contact, gold glove defender abilities. And if you think about the late 90s and all the great clutch hitters, it was the Paul O'Neills, it was the Bernie Williams, it was the Tina Martinez. It was people that can put the barrel on the baseball when the bright lights were on. That's what Didi Gregorius is for the Yankees.
How about these young guys on the Braves? And we're talking about A-Rod, of course. How about these young guys, these Ozzie Albies and these guys on the Braves? They got some very good young players.
Say that again, Mike.
The guys on the Braves, the young guys, the guy Albies, and then you got the kid in the minors who hasn't come up yet, who's that Omar told me is the best young player in baseball. I mean, the best talent in all of baseball.
Mike, there's talent spread all over baseball, and it seems like they're all under the age of 25. Every week we go and see a new player. I have not seen the Braves young player. I cannot wait to see him, especially in person. But it's a golden age for young players in the game today.
Yeah, and in spring training I was down there, and Omar said, "You see this kid over here? Okuna is the best talent in all of baseball. I know he's up now. They just brought him up, I believe. Omar told me that he is the best talent at 20 in all of baseball."
Well, I mean, listen, Omar's one of the best talent evaluators of our generation, so that's a hell of a compliment. I can't wait to see him. I have not seen him, so I can't speak about him. But, Mike, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram and Twitter. I mean,
I wasn't until yesterday, Eli. I started this. I've been wanting to start an app for a while, and that's where I decided to put a lot of stuff which we have coming out in the months to come. But in working with my new partners, they put me on all this stuff: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and as of last night, that's the first time we were on there because it's the first time we launched the collect names for the app that we're going to have, and it's going to launch in August. It's going to be we got some fun stuff, and I'm working with the CA guys. They're my partners, and they put me on all this stuff, and they know a lot more about it than I do, but I just do what they ask me to do as far as the information and the editorial stuff, and they take care of the rest of it.
I love it. You're like a Stanford grad.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to get there if I had to get there myself. I can tell you that, Rob. But as long as I had someone handling for me, I'm okay. So from that standpoint, it's going to be fun because what I noticed was everybody is controlling everything now through these apps. That's the way everything's going to be done. And everything, TV shows and all different networks and everything else is going to be through these apps.
You're not lying. It is content is king.
So tell me, how is life as part of the biggest celebrity couple in the country? How does that work?
I don't know. They just tell me what to do and I do it.
Can you hide from that stuff or what? Can you hide from that kind of stuff or what?
It's hard to. But we embrace it. I mean, the other thing is we went down to Puerto Rico, Mike, and raised $35 million, and that's the other side of that coin. You're able to do a lot of good in the world too, and that was something we enjoyed going down there and spending time with the people of Puerto Rico.
What team? We're talking with Alex Rodriguez, of course. What team right now are the Astros the best team in baseball? Is there anybody else that impresses you? What do you see right now as far as the Red Sox, the Astros? The Indians haven't gotten off to the fastest start. What team impresses you the most so far?
Look, if you look at the first 2 weeks, Alex Cora and the Red Sox were the best team. If you looked at, what's happened over the last 10 days, there's no better team than the Yankees. Here's what it's going to come down to. It's like the stock market. It goes up and down, up and down. The one that's going to drink champagne in late October is who has the best pitching. Ultimately, can the Yankees beat the Houston Astros in a Game 7 with Justin Verlander on the mound, or a guy like Charlie Morton? It doesn't matter all the noise that happens from here to there. It's all volatile. It's all white noise. It is all about who wins the sweepstakes in late July. Last year, it was the Houston Astros, Jim Crane and Jeff Luna at the 11th hour purchased or acquired Justin Verlander, and that led to the first championship.
I have to admit, I'm shocked at Verlander. I would not have expected him to get back to this level. He did not look like this as a Tiger late. He did not look like this pitcher. Since he's gone there, he's been unbelievable. He was the difference last year in the postseason. Now, they got a lot out of Morton. They got a lot out of McCullers. They definitely did. They got a lot out of Morton last night again. So he's gone to a different level. But Verlander was the difference. And I'm shocked. And he's come out of the gate great again this year. I'm shocked he had this much left.
Verlander has been an amazing story. I mean, talk about second act. He talked to us in the World Series last year about him getting healthy and really working on some things mechanically, which he was up to the back of the mid-90s. The breaking ball was great, changeup. He was also in great shape, and there is a maturity, a coating of maturity around Verlander that I hadn't seen in years. So it's been the perfect storm. The other thing about the Astros to really watch them, because they are the front runners to win again. The reason why they're number one in strikeouts, and offensively they don't strike out. So they're number one in contact. that's a lethal combination.
Their pitching, their starting pitching, that is really good right now, and I don't love their bullpen. They seem to have enough. Last year, they just, in the postseason, we know they went away completely from their bullpen. So I think they could use another guy there. The Yankees are going to have to go out and get pitchers. There's no question. They might have to go out and get 2 pitchers. I mean, so they're going to have to really dip into the system to get some pitchers down the stretch. I think that's pretty obvious now.
Yeah, I think the pitch, look, anybody would take more pitching. Probably the only ones that do not need more pitching are the Astros as far as starters. They do need a bullpen guy, to your point. But I got to tell you, CC Sabathia with his new cutter, he is going to be someone who's going to be a great asset. Maybe say game 2, 3, probably game 3 for the Yankees. But a left-hander is always good to turn that lineup over. You saw what Wells and Pettit did in the late 90s. It should be fun. It should be fun to watch. The other thing, Mike, about the cutter in particular, you look at a guy like Jamie Moyer who pitched till he was 49 years old. It was the cutter, not the changeup, that allowed him to extend his career another 9 or 10 years.
Well, CC amazes me, too, because you don't know if a guy's going to be able to do that, if he's going to be able to learn the pitch and refine his game as much as he has to from the power pitcher. He's done an incredible job with that. He really has. He's really taken to it, and now he's on a different level as a pitcher again.
I mean, he can pitch as long as his knee allows him and his body allows him to pitch. If he wants to pitch another 3 years, I mean, he put on a clinic on Sunday. It was a beautiful thing to watch, and he wasn't even sweating.
Yeah, it's amazing. The game right now, I mean, there's too many strikeouts, we know that, but the game right now has got a lot of great, incredible young players in it. I mean, it's amazing how many good young players there are in the sport right now.
There is, Mike. And you know what? If you're a contrarian and you're a front office and you're able to go against the grain and you're right, you'll get paid off in a big way. I mean, if you think about players like Justin Turner and Daniel Murphy and Altuve and Didi, these players are being paid $10 to $12 million. I would reverse it. Those are the guys that will be making 28 for me because those are the guys you win with in October. The swing and miss guys, it is impossible to win late in October with those guys.
How do you think Stanton will do this year? Well, will he have a knockout year, or do you think he'll have a little problem this year?
I think he's going to do very well for 2 reasons. Number one, you're in the middle of probably the best offense in baseball, an offensive juggernaut. Your best hitter is hitting 5th with Gary Sanchez, so hitting is contagious. And number two, you're playing in a bandbox in Yankee Stadium that has yielded the most home runs since 2015. He's just too strong; it won't hold him down.
Well, listen, pleasure to have you on. I'm glad you're doing well. It's nice of you to come on and be the first guy and think of us. So thanks. We'll chat along the way, but thanks very much for coming on.
You got it, Mike. Welcome back.
Thank you, Aaron. Alex Rodriguez, back after this. Curry Automotive, a real New York legend. Curry opened their first dealership in 1919, and remarkably, Curry is still a family-owned and operated business. Babe Ruth actually drove one out of Curry, and we're very happy to have Curry as our premier automotive partner. Curry Hyundai is located on a large campus on Route 6 in Cortlandt Manor, across from Kohl's in northern Westchester. From Curry Hyundai's lot to your driveway, Curry is transforming the car buying process with the Curry Promise. Curry will always respect your time and your money, and offer you a frictionless first-class shopping experience. I guess that's why Curry is around for almost 100 years. Lease a new 2018 Hyundai Tucson SE with all-wheel drive for just $189 a month. 36 short months, $19.99 due at signing, plus tax, tags, and motor vehicle fees, or buy it for just $21,988. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortlandt Manor next to Kohl's. CurryHyundai.com for full offer details. Call 866-948-3617. Offer ends May 31st.
Remember the days when you and your doctor could take the time to sit down together and talk? In today's healthcare, it's getting harder to find that kind of care. That's why you need the Princeton Longevity Center. A Princeton Longevity Comprehensive Exam is more than just scientifically proven strategies for preventing life-changing diseases. It's a full day of one-on-one time with their caring team of board-certified doctors and specialists in nutrition and fitness. You'll get the care and attention you need, the latest preventive medicine technology, and an individually tailored tailored plan for getting your health back on track. If the only thing that's changed about your annual physical in the past 20 years is the time you get to spend with your doctor, then it's time to see what you've been missing at Princeton Longevity Center. Call now to schedule your exam at 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC. Or learn more about our centers in New Jersey, Connecticut, and Metro D.C. by visiting us online at PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Your one day at Princeton Longevity Center could make a lifetime of difference.
As a small business owner, if your internet is down, you might as well be closed. When you have Fios, your business has the reliability of the 100% fiber optic network. And reliability means more than just being reliable. Reliable equals ready. Ready to do more. Ready to do new. Ready to get local.
Everything on our menu is sourced from farms in the area.
Ready to go national. Ready to surprise customers?
No way.
And ready to surprise the competition.
How'd they do that?
So switch your business to Fios, the 100% fiber optic network, and get 150 megabits speed and business digital voice for $94.99 a month for the first year, and $10 more for the second with a 2-year agreement. And get a $150 Visa gift card. Call 877-FIOS-BIZ or visit FiosBiz.com to order. Reliable equals ready. Fios.
Hi, I'm Joe Ferrin, Regional Vice President for Pep Boys. I've been in the automotive industry for 37 years. Replacing worn tires before your road trip can keep your family safe. Our certified techs will find the right tire for your vehicle and check your car out before your trip. Right now, when you buy 3 select Affinity, Hankook, or Cooper tires, you'll get the 4th free instantly. I'm all about building relationships that last a lifetime. And at Pep Boys, we are committed to unbelievable customer service. You got my word.
Offer with installation through May 27th. See restrictions and make your appointment at petboys.com.
Live from the Town Fair Tire Studio, it's Mike's On, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Curry Toyota, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit currytoyota.com. All right, here we are. We got a lot more to do here. I'm back until 6:30 today, and I'm back for a while, I guess. You know, it's kind of weird looking at you ugly mugs in there again. You know that? You can see me here doing this. So, got the boys in there. Mon's had another kid since I left, but what else is new? I mean, 6. Chris, you got to catch up. You only, right? You're not
just
planning.
the one.
Just the one? How's that going?
It's going great.
All right.
Yeah, Mon, this is a race Monzo's going to win.
Yeah, 6 is, Mon's enough. 6. A beautiful little girl. What's the little girl's name?
Aurora.
Aurora Hayes. Aurora Hayes. All right. That was my grandmother's maiden name, Matilda Hayes, on my mother's side. Matilda Hayes. So, Aurora Hayes. All right. Now, that's Hayes, not Haze, right?
Correct, yes.
I would hope so. Okay. With you, I don't know. That's why I wanted to,
Kevin Hayes is the Ranger.
Well, that's why I didn't know with you whether that would be the case. So,
I mean, if you would actually come back weeks ago, it would have been Francesa Monzo, but...
Life's weird. It really is. Sometimes you just never know. I mean, really, I see the calls up here. Who should be the first caller? Mons, I'm letting you pick it. I'm not going to pick it. I'm going to let you say who. I see the board. I'm going to let you pick the first caller back. Go ahead. You can do it.
We'll just throw him bone. We'll do Ira.
All right, go ahead. Let Ira go. Ira got his quarterback. Let him go. Ira, how are you?
Hey, Mike. Welcome back.
Thank you,
Brian. And, definitely it's weird that you were out of there so many months, and it's really good to have you back.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And I already signed up for that online.
It already feels like I never left. I mean, it's weird, but, I wondered how long it would take. It took about 10 minutes. I feel like I've already been here, forever. I never left. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike.
It is. I've been doing it this long. It definitely is. What's on your mind?
Well, what's amazing, Mike? Yes. When you left on the 15th of December, I didn't think Sam Darnold was going to be the Jets.
No, either did I.
It's just amazing how everything just played itself out, how the Giants passed on a QB, how the Browns took Mayfield. And, you and I spoke, not this year, but the year before,
right?
How if things worked out, that's the guy you want to go.
Well, remember, the talk was about tanking for him. Remember, the whole talk last year was about tanking for to get a chance to get him, and then he doesn't go one after months of every draft saying he's going first. The last week, you hear all this crazy Mayfield stuff, which turned out to be true. First, you heard all this crazy stuff with the Jets,
about Mayfield, which I don't even think was true. And then you hear all this stuff about Mayfield the last 2 days to the Browns, which turned out to be accurate. You find out that the Giants, who there were rumors that if Donald was there, they would take him, saying they never considered anybody except Barkley. And then the Jets, got the guy I don't think they thought they were going to get.
No, I totally agree. I think, when they saw the Giants pass on him, I think they had a party in that room.
Well, Mike Maccagnan's on today, but he's not going to tell us anyway, so what's the difference?
No, of course not. And you know what the deal is here now. I believe in Bates. I think he has the potential to be a good offensive coordinator. He built a team around him. And Mike, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, there's no timetable set on Donald. When they feel he's ready to play and when the opportunity arises, they will insert him into the lineup.
Here's what I would say, Eli. I will not play him until there is enough talent around him. Do not subject him unless you can protect him and catch the ball. Unless you can do those two things. Because, look how much the Colts... Now, they got great success early on with Luck.
Right.
But look how much damage they did to him by sending him out there behind a bad line. They've almost cost him his career. So you don't want to get a guy so beat up to get him those first starts. At least put a nucleus you can trust in front of him before you put him out there.
Right, and I think that's what they'll gauge the first 4 to 6 weeks of the year, and then we'll see where we're at. If they get to the midpoint, if they're in a playoff hunt, so be it. If not, I'm sure about November, Thanksgiving time, if, like you said, the offensive line is holding up and he's ready, they'll put him in. And listen, I think they've done a pretty good job this offseason. We'll see where it takes. But, bottom line is they got their franchise quarterback. I believe he was the best quarterback.
I think he's the best. I think the Jets are going to be talking about this draft and that move up for a very long time. I think he's going to be, I've said it from the beginning, he reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger. He makes mistakes like Ben Roethlisberger. He makes big plays. He keeps plays alive. I've watched him a lot, both years he played. Everyone loved him the first year. The second year, he did not play behind a good team, and he also made a lot of mistakes himself because he tried to do too much, which guys like that are going to do. But this guy loves the game. His teammates love him, and he's a football guy. He's a worker. I think he's going to be a guy I think the Jets got a guy who's going to be a star. I think he's going to be a star quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to be a star first week because that doesn't happen, but he's going to be a star. I really believe that. I think he's going to be a tremendous, tremendous player. Frank in Jersey, what's up, Frank?
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
What's happening? Thank you.
I'm a Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Giants at quarterback pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not disappointed in Barkley if they want to win now. But
they definitely have made a commitment to win now. There's no question. But I think they told you that when they hired a 67-year-old general manager.
Yeah, he wants to win now. I understand that. But there's one guy that I want. I wanted the Giants to draft, and he fell on the draft board.
He's talking about since he fell off the phone. I don't know who the player was, but I got a feeling it wasn't a real player. It didn't sound like it was going to be fishy who the player was, so I don't know who he said because we didn't hear it. John in Bricktown, what's up, John? What's up?
Oh, don't let that happen again, Mike. It was miserable. I tried to listen to the show.
Listen. We have a rule here, number one, we're installed right now. I'm here. We're not talking about anything that went on as far as other shows for the last 5 months because I have no interest in that. I have no interest in that. You want to talk about me? That's fine. But nothing about the other shows.
Can you give some baseball under and overs before the show ends today?
Can I give what?
Baseball under and overs.
Oh, I did them opening day with Dog. I'll have to recount them. I tell you right now what I picked. I picked Yankees over, Phillies over. And that was like 80, I have to go back and look, but I think 85 or 84. And my third over was, hold on, I did Yankees, Phillies, and, let me think of my unders for a second. My unders were the Reds, the Indians, which was a high number like 95, and the Astros, which was 98.5, which I think is too high. Because I think having to win 99 games, I'll go against it every time. That's a mathematical thing, despite how good they are. I just think they'll take the last couple of weeks of the season off. I think that's way too much. And my third over was, let me look at the standings quick, and I'll remember who it was. It was, I can't remember who it was now. I'm going to have to go back and look. It was, let's see, my unders were Cincinnati, Houston, and Cleveland. And my overs were Yankees, Phillies, and Milwaukee. That was my third over. My Milwaukee was like 85, 84 and a half, 85. That was my third one. So Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and the Yankees were the overs. Cleveland, which was like 95 and a half. Houston, which was 98 and a half. And Cincinnati, which I already won. I think it clinched already. Was my third under. So those were my over and unders for the season. We got a lot more to do. Jay Wright still to come. Eli Manning still to come. Mike Maccagnan still to come. But here, now, is it true that you were thinking of retiring until I came back? Have I changed your mind in 1 hour? Are you staying? I'm staying. There you go. See? I got him back. All I heard was that you were thinking of retiring. You cannot leave now that I'm here. You cannot leave.
No, I can't leave.
No, you can't. Here he is. 4 o'clock, straight up, in the big city. Nice to be back. Here's the McMahon.
Mike Francesa is back home on The Fan every Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6:30. Joining Boomer and Gio from 6 to 10 a.m. Beningo and Roberts from 10 to 1. And CMB, Carlin, Maggie, and Bart from 1 to 3 p.m. for a full day of New York sports talk on your flagship station for New York sports and New York Yankees baseball. Sports Radio 1019 FM and Sports Radio 66, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York.
WFAN Sports Flash.
This report sponsored by KFC. Get the new Crispy Colonial Sandwich from KFC. The new KFC Crispy Kernel $5 fill-up with wedges, cookie, and a drink. This offer is not everywhere and not forever. Prices may vary. Tax and substitutions extra. Pitching match tonight in Houston. Yankees have pitched Jordan Montgomery against Justin Verlander. Game 2 of 4. The Yanks and Astros. Consider this about Verlander. 4-0 with an ERA of 1.36. The lowest ERA through the first 6 starts of a season in his career. Astros winning the series opener last night. Houston has won 7 straight at home against the Yanks. Yankee pregame on the Fan at 7:30. Well, it was thought Yoenis Cespedes would miss a few games to a minor injury. Well, not true. He's in the Mets starting lineup tonight. And on this May 1st, the Mets own a 1.5 lead on the Braves, 2 games on the Phillies for the top spot in the NL East. Tonight at Citi Field, start of a 3-game set with the Atlanta Braves. The Mets will pitch Noah Syndergaard against the rookie Mike Soroka. NBA playoffs, conference semifinal action out west. The Golden State Warriors look to take a 2-0 edge on the New Orleans Pelicans. And for Golden State, there's a boost. The return of Steph Curry. He'll play without a minute's restriction. Has not played since sustaining a sprained MCL in his left knee. March 23rd, Game 1 tonight in Toronto. Raptors and Cavaliers. LeBron James and the Cavs eliminating the Pacers in a Game 7 on Sunday to reach the semifinal round. Right now, 75 degrees and sunshine. That's what's happening. Sports Flash is at the top of the hour. This is John Binko on Sports Radio 1019 FM and Sports Radio 66, the flagship station for Mike Francesa and Mike's on 3 until 6:30, along with Boomer and Gio, morning 6 until 10. Beningo Roberts, middays 10 until 1, and of course, Carlin, Maggie, and Bart, afternoons 1 until 3.
Who's a pretty boy, then?
Polly, Polly, Polly.
Have you been trying to play 888 Casino online?
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
With so many amazing games, you can't help but have fun at 888.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Sign up at 888 for a free $20 credit at 888casino.com.
888.
888casino.com is a New Jersey legal and authorized online casino. You must be 21 or older and located in New Jersey. While gambling offer for new 888casino.com players only. Biggest sign-up offer as of August 23, 2017. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Mike's on. He's ready to go on the Fan. New York Sports Radio. Mike's on. Mike's on.
Time back on the Fan here. That's it. Mike's on this Tuesday program, May Day. They're ready for a little Yankee baseball tonight. I gave you the Met lineup. Give you the Yankee lineup as soon as I get it. I haven't gotten it yet. Yankees had their streak broken last night. Mets in action tonight. Cespedes is in the lineup. Got some basketball tonight. We'll get to that, too. Cleveland is an underdog to Toronto. Toronto is a better team. They're a deeper team. Cleveland stinks. But they have to prove to me that their best players will stand up to James in the fourth quarter of these games. And I'll tell you, the other day, You saw something for the first time we have ever seen that I can remember. We saw LeBron actually physically unable to compete at the highest level in the fourth quarter. Whatever it was now, I talked to Brini the other day, and he said it was a spasm in his leg. But clearly he was hurting. And he even took time off and sat on the bench, and they took the lead from 2-8 with him on the bench. So they actually showed up, and they are awful. I mean, they are so bad without him. But they did get a huge game from Tristan Thompson on Sunday. He came up with an enormous game after all his issues. And now, watch them be a big underdog, as they pretty much are. They're a big underdog. Now, the best thing that could happen to LeBron be get beat before the finals this year, because he would get slaughtered in the finals. Absolutely slaughtered. I'm telling you, I'm not a Houston fan, but I'd love to see them be Golden State. I don't believe that anybody's being Golden State. I'm sorry. I think it's, unfortunately, and I don't like to see them win, but I think they're going to win. But it's going to be fun to see if LeBron, how far he can take this team. Phillies, they've got the most talent of all these teams in the East, just not ready to win yet. I think we'll do some, I'll try and pop Bill Simmons up tomorrow and do some basketball with him. We'll hold a lot of basketball tomorrow and do some basketball with him. Dave in Deal starts us off. What's up, Dave?
Mike, how you doing?
Good. What's happening, man?
Time.
Thank you.
World is back in order with you back on the radio.
Oh, thank you.
Haven't been on. Haven't listened to radio in 4 or 5 months.
Well, thank you. Welcome
not
back.
Not even talking about anyone else. It's just a matter of not having you on.
Welcome back.
But yeah, for sure. In any case, Jay Wright. Villanova, I mean, you hit it right on the head, Mike. I mean, I literally remember years ago people calling in on your show wanting his head.
Wanted him fired. Fired. Because he was winning 30 games and losing in the second round.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable. And even this team and this run he's had with these last few years, even from going back to the Scotty Reynolds team that went out to the Final Four, he's always built up a class, top 50, top 150, top 200 guy recruits. They're not necessarily getting those top 20 guys every year like Cal and
yeah, but you know what he's done? So, what he's done is he's taken a page. Not only has he built the culture, he's taken a page out of Golden State's playbook.
Oh, 100%.
They all can shoot the three.
But Mike, you got
Pascal can shoot it. Every one of the guys can shoot the three.
When Nardi and Ray were there, he was still spreading it out with the four guards.
Yep.
North Carolina that year. North Carolina was a championship. They lost them on a bucket.
Yep. Well, they were hurt and they played the small lineup. I mean, that's what they did. But now, even his guys who were his bigs, they can shoot.
And it sort of helped in the transition, Mike, the center becoming obsolete.
Completely.
Not so much worry about that side. But Spellman was the difference, Mike.
Spellman played, it was sensational. Pascal won a couple of games for him, too.
Oh, for sure.
Pascal played brilliantly, and then obviously we know what the kid did in the final. I mean, he just went off with an incredible game. The game that was the scary game was West Virginia. Because West Virginia had the athletes to give them fits, and West Virginia got a tight, that night, sorry to let you go, West Virginia got a tight whistle when the game was close, got in foul trouble, and before you knew it, they hit a couple of threes, and away they went. That was the difference. See, this Villanova team showed you they were real when they had a bad night from three and still won. In the past, they couldn't do that. Bob joins us. What's up, Bob?
Mike, great to have you back.
Thank you. What's up?
Wanted to ask you a question. It seems to me like, have you ever lived through a moment? I like Darnold as much as you did. I actually called you the day after the Rose Bowl, that first Monday. Has there ever been a moment historically between these two franchises where, in my mind, if Saquon Barkley's Eric Dickerson, he's talking about a Super Bowl on his own shoulders. Darnold can win Super Bowls. Has there ever been this confluence of two organizations, Mets, Yankees, any of them, where their history and more, their feud intensely linked? What I think is, for me, a franchise quarterback in the league.
There's an interesting way to look at this, okay? He's obviously right, Bob is, about the Giants taking the running back 2, and then the Jets taking what they hope is the 10 to 15-year quarterback 3. The Giants could have taken that, too. The Giants decided they would stay the course and build around Eli for the next 2 or 3 years. There's no bigger Eli supporter than me. I think Eli's got 3 years where he can win a championship in it left. Okay, he keeps himself in phenomenal shape. He doesn't get hurt. He hasn't had debilitating injuries. He knows how to do it. There are certain guys who do. There was another way for the Giants to play this, but the one thing they would have given up is they would have given up a player who I think will be a very big player for them. I think that Will Hernandez will be a Pro Bowl guy every year, very quickly. I think he was one of the top jewels in the draft, and they were able to get him where they got him. Now, how could they have played this differently? They could have taken Donald, and they could have traded up a couple of slots from where they were for Sonny Michel, who I think is, if Barkley's a 9.9, he's a 9.3. I think Sonny Michel is an unbelievable talent. Now he's had an knee issue, which that's an issue. But physically, he's got incredible tools. They could have done that, but then that takes Will Hernandez out of the picture. Will Hernandez is going to be, I think, a starter from Jump Street. I think he'll be a starter. The only question is what side he starts on. I think he's going to be a starter. I think he's going to be a fixture. And I think they are going to have a vastly improved offensive line. And I'm not even counting Flowers in there, in the mix. If Flowers ever comes through, that's a bonus. I'm not even counting him in the mix. From what they brought in the free agency and what they did in the draft, I think they have the makings of a core they can live with. And I think this Hernandez is going to be a star. You know, I think he can be a better version of Snee. I think he's just got all the tools. Now, so they could have gone that route, but from the minute they grabbed Gettleman at 67 years of age with a guy who wasn't going to upset the apple cart because he knows the Giants, he knows he didn't need to be introduced to anything, and he could hit the ground running, and he could do it quickly, and the quickest way was to believe in Eli, and he believed in him. And yes, they did use the Philadelphia game as a big example of Eli still being able to play at a high level. I've always believed he still could too. They have a chance to have a really exciting offense. The question is, you wonder about where the pass rush is going to come from now. That's an issue. But I understand what they did. I personally don't love taking running backs that high in the draft. You know that. That's been a thing of mine. I understand that this kid is the best running back prospect in terms of everything in a long time. Some people had him as a couple of places had him as the highest grade in 7-8 years. Some guys had him clearly as the highest grade since Luck. A lot of guys had him as the highest grade in going back to the late 90s. I mean, so the kid was, without question, a very impressive kid. We don't understand that. At every level. There's no knock in the player. I'm just not a big believer in the running back at 2. But if you were going to be the Giants, you were not going to use Donald for years. That was the question. And it turned out well for the Jets. Let's see how it works out. Now, can there be a point where they rue the day? Yeah, it's possible. If they're struggling on their 14th quarterback after Eli and Donald is a superstar, well, then yes, they'll talk about that. Chris in Riverdale, what's up, Chris?
Hey, Mike, welcome back.
Thank you.
I saw you a couple years at Belmont with your sons. You were gracious enough to give me some time. I told you not to retire. It might be too early to ask about Mulcahy's on Sundays, or
I'm not ready on Sundays yet, so we'll talk. Right? I'm not ready on that yet.
Okay, Mike, I'm so happy with Gettleman. I called many times with you to complain. I called the Giants office to complain. I'm so happy with Gettleman. I really like that second pick. I like the running back. I look at what Pittsburgh and the Cowboys had, especially catching the ball in the backfield, against the Cowboys killing us. I'd like to have that. And just to get back to running the ball, like you said, the pass rush, that's a question. We need a kicker as well. But to get back to Giants football and to have you back, Tiger Woods, let's get him going. And we got everything going the right direction.
Well, I tell you, they have a chance to be a very explosive team. They really do. Exceptionally explosive team. Rob in Brooklyn, what's up, Rob?
Mike, how you doing?
Good, what's happening?
I'm just trying to understand something.
Go ahead.
You take a 1.5 year retirement tour, longer than Jeter, longer than A-Rod, and now here you are back 3 months later like it was just your summer vacation. Why'd you retire in the first place?
I retired because I really left. Sometimes things happen.
I knew you weren't retiring because you said you had other offers and stuff, and now here you are back where you started.
Hey, what's the problem?
I mean, it's probably other people took the job.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they were great, but
they're still here. They didn't lose their job.
No, I ain't saying they lost. I mean, next year they'll lose their job when they.
Well, how do you know that? You don't know that.
But I don't understand what your What was your motive for leaving? I think you overplayed your hand.
I never overplayed my hand. I retired, and I meant retirement. First of all, overplaying. Well, listen. I met with people who had some stuff I wanted, and what they wanted was me to come back. So I started to consider it, and I came back. That's all. That's what it is. The guy who owns the company is the guy I have a partnership with, along with another company. And one of the things he wanted, as he bought the company, was he said, I want to put you back on the fan. And more we talked about it. And I said, you know what? Okay. And that was it. It was not planned. It didn't go that way. I don't know what the motivation is about whether I had offers or not. I mean, that's silly. I mean, if you read the release that was written, the guy who was the number one deal maker in all of sports handled all the offers and said he had an enormous number of opportunities right in the release, in a quote. Why would he do that? He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't need me. Doesn't need to say it. He put his credibility on the line there. That's what he said because it's true. But that's not the point. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to talk about all the offers I had. People wanted to say I didn't have any offers. That's just silly. I mean, but I don't know what the motivation of that was. I decided to come back and do this because in the talk that we had and the partnership that we built with CAA and with Intercom, that's what the owner of the company wanted me to do. It was important for him. So that's what I did. And that's what it came down to. So I understand that you retire and come back. First of all, a lot of people who retire. I never said it wasn't going to work again. And I could have gone someplace else and worked. I don't know if that would have made a difference for those who have an issue with it if I was on another station and I did this. I'm not talking about ESPN. I'm talking about another station in town, and I had a couple offers from other stations to do stuff in the afternoon and still do. The motivation in this whole thing was the app. That was the motivation. You'll see what I'm talking about as it develops. It is the thing that was the springboard for all of this. And you can follow that on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On. That's the app that we're building that will be operational by late summer. And it's going to be a connectivity from this show to that. It's Mike's On here. It's Mike's On there. And the football show, the Sunday football show, will be done on the app. It will not be done on the radio as the conventional radio that we do, like the Daily Show. We will do it on the app. And we will do a bunch of other things that we will introduce on the app also. And introduce other voices on the app. And other video things on the app. And archival stuff on the app. And some very different, I think very interesting stuff on the app. And I think the app will be around for a very long time. That's my plan. And that's my partner's plan, which is CAA Sports and Intercom. And Intercom owns part of it. And CAA owns part of it. And I own an equal part of it. And that's how it's done, and that's what led me back here. And if you want to think something else, I can't stop you, but go ahead. But I'm telling you the truth, and, you can believe it or not, and it really isn't that important. If you do it, don't. But here I am, and there that is, and you can check that out, as I said, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's new for me, but all you have to do is go to those places, and I know they're all integral in how these things work. So you can go to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On and get all the information about what we're doing there. And there'll be more coming because the app will not start until late summer. We want to have it ready for the football season. It will be ready for the football season. And we're very excited about it. I am. And that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go do, I looked into the podcast stuff. And the more I did, and I spent a lot of time early on with a bunch of podcast companies. They were very professional, very good, made very sound offers, but it was just the same thing that everyone else was doing, and I didn't want to do that. I want to try and do something different, and that's what I think we've done here with that. And the way we will make everyone aware of that is through the show. And that's the vehicle we will use to drive it, is the show. And I've always enjoyed doing the show, and now we're back doing the show. And you know what? I miss doing the show, I admit it. I did. Now, do I want to, I'm not doing it as long, which is different. I'm not doing it 5.5 hours anymore. I'm doing it 3.5 hours. That's different. There'll be some other things that are different, but it'll still be pretty much the core of what we do. Talk sports, have some fun, take some calls, and we do more of that right after this. Feeling cooped up? Well, spring is finally here. Time to roll down the windows and hit the open road in your new RAV4 all-wheel drive from Curry Toyota. How's this for super springtime savings? $172 a month for a lease. That's right, your all-new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month, 36 short months. You heard right, a new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month. $29.99 due with signing, plus tax and motor vehicle fees. Discover the difference at Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, next to Kohl's, or click currytoyota.com. There is never a worry when you hurry to Curry. A Curry Automotive dealership, a family owned and operated since 1919, excludes tax, title, and motor vehicle fees, includes $75 dock fee. Call 866-957-9078 for full lease details. Offer ends May 31st.
It's time to start thinking big, real big, like 28-carat diamond big, because the Powerball jackpot is over $195 million. So play today, because anything can happen in Jersey.
This Sunday, the hit Showtime drama Billions moves to its new time at 9 p.m.
Are you in?
Then at 10.
You work hard, you pay your dues, good things will happen.
Yeah, I didn't do any of those things.
It's the season premiere of I'm Dying Up Here.
Do you have any idea what I had to do to get here?
Starring Academy Award winner Melissa Leo.
By Fane Harkin, doing it right.
Billions, followed by I'm Dying Up Here. It all starts Sunday at 9, only on Showtime. Download the app and start your free trial now.
TheRainKatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol is brought to you by Spot Hero. The outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels both at a 15 to 20 minute wait. And finally, here's a way you can save time parking. Use Spot Hero anytime you park. First-time users can enter promo code CITY for $10 off. Spot Hero, park smarter. I'm Kelly Gillen with TheRainKatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol.
Do you smoke marijuana? Thinking about quitting or cutting down? Do you want to quit marijuana for your health? To get a better job? To have more money in your wallet? Trying to stop on your own but failed? If you or a family member does not know where to turn for help, listen closely. You can cut down or quit smoking marijuana completely. Research treatment studies at Columbia University Medical Center are offering free, confidential, individual treatment for marijuana addiction and other drug problems. While you're in the program, you'll receive a free medical and psychological evaluation and outpatient treatment visits. This program will cover your transportation costs. Call 212-923-3031. That's 212-923-3031. They are located in Midtown Manhattan at Columbus Circle. You can get the help you need to break marijuana's hold. Call 212-923-3031. Make an appointment for a free evaluation. Don't smoke away your opportunity to quit marijuana. That's 212-923-3031.
Wall Hours Paint and Design is Benjamin Moore's largest retailer, serving Westchester and Putnam counties with 11 convenient locations. Wall Hours, the color makers, is a family-owned and operated business since 1921. Their unique combination of Ace Hardware, Benjamin Moore, and 14 design consultants makes them the premier destination for getting the job done right from start to finish. Stop in between now and Memorial Day and refer to this ad to receive a free paintbrush to get your project started.
Join Sakanya Krishnan and Jen Lammers on Good Day Wake Up starting at 4:30 a.m., followed by Rosanna Scotto and Lori Stokes on Good Day New York starting at 7 a.m. on Fox 5.
The rotisserie experts at Boston Market bring you another rotisserie expertise. Introducing the USDA Choice Prime Rib Meal with any two sides and fresh-baked cornbread. Available any Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday after 5 p.m. at Boston Market.
Royal Caribbean's Wow Sale is back. Right now, get 50% off your second guest and up to $300 to spend at sea on Anthem or Adventure of the Seas, both leaving from the New York area. Sailing start at just $6.99. And because exploring is always better together, kids sail free. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. This offer ends Sunday, so visit RoyalCaribbean.com or call your travel agent now. Offer ends May 6th. Prices are per person, double occupancy, interior room. Reflect savings subject to availability. Taxes, fees, import expenses, additional terms apply. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Curry Hyundai, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit curryhyundai.com. All right, we're back. Jay Wright will join us in a couple of minutes. I want to say hi to my daughter Emily, who's listening right now at home. She's been along with the weather, so she wanted to say hi to everybody, so I will do that and say hi to her. So hi, hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. Now, we're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And remember when you first fell in love with your home? Has it lost some of its luster over the years? Well, Rings End wants you to love your home. And they've got lots of ways to do it. Why not refresh your rooms with a new coat of Benjamin Moore paint, or relove your view with the beautiful new windows and doors from Marvin? With Rings End, you can turn the house you have into the house you love, so go on and do it. Rings End, their initials are RE because they're redefining home improvement. Now, on Saturday, May 5th, the party starts with the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. That's right, the Kentucky Derby is on its way. And the all-new Bobby V's Restaurant and Sports Bar wants you to win big, be part of the Triple Crown party action at Bobby V's on Atlantic Street in Stamford. Over 200 HD TVs in a Vegas-style atmosphere and an upscale yet affordable sports bar menu. Bobby V's is the place to be, so get your bets in on your favorite Kentucky Derby horses. To make your reservations today, visit BobbyV'sRestaurant.com. That's BobbyV'sRestaurant.com. Speaking of the Kentucky Derby, Brad Thomas, the best handicapper in the business, will join us Friday. I'm not sure what time yet. I'll tell you. Probably tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow. And I think we'll do some NBA tomorrow with Bill Simmons. I get him up. Still to come today are Jay Wright, Eli, and Mike Maccagnan. All still to come. A-Rod's already been on the program, our first program back. So let's squeeze a couple of calls in before we hear from the national champion coach of the Villanova Wildcats. Ryan in Connecticut. What's up, Ryan?
Mike, welcome to social media.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're just back on the fan right now, but okay, thanks for that, too. Okay, what's happening?
You'll be there.
Well, we're there. We're just not starting yet, but we're there. But go ahead. What's up?
Two questions. Yeah. First one's a shot in the dark. I have Thursday off as well. I was wondering if you needed a fourth. Shot in the dark.
Sorry, but we already have it because too many people lined up and volunteered because it's going to be 85 degrees. But I'll keep it in mind next time. What's your handicap? Honestly,
probably a 13.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, hey, you could play. That's for sure. I mean, that's a lot better than most of us, I guess. 13. That's pretty good. All right. What's on your mind?
Brett Gardner.
Yes.
We got to. Should we get? I'm thinking we get Stanton in left so he can keep his mind off of hitting because he goes back to the bench and he's DHing, and then that's all he's thinking about. He needs to get more game action. That'd be my guess. Get more game action. Get him in the game. You could put get Gardner out of the leadoff spot, please.
Listen, he's in a 3 for 35. He got a base hit late in the game last night to knock into one run. He had been in a 3 for 35. I know it's not usually early in the year that he has these slumps. I do not worry about Gardy. Now,
put Hicks in there.
Well, listen, the interesting thing, Hicks is not a leadoff hitter, though. He really isn't. I know that he's gotten better at getting on base, but still, he's not a leadoff hitter. One thing you like about Gardy, firstly, you like his defense. Secondly, you like his hustle and leadership. Third, you like the fact that he and Judge take more pitches than anybody in baseball at the top of the lineup. So you like having that in front of everybody else. The Yankees wear pitches out. All you want to do in baseball is get into the bullpen. The earlier you get into the bullpen, the more you hit the prize. I mean, that's how baseball is. Get the starter out, especially on days when the starter's on the plus side of the rotation. Get the starter out, and away you go. And the Yankees do that as well as anybody. But you got to take pitches. They do. It's a tricky thing right now as to how to utilize these issues with the Yankees. How much do you keep Stanton out of the field? How much do you keep Sanchez out from behind the plate? And do you placate Gray with Romine? And do that continuously, because that means even when possibly the schedule is not dictating Sanchez a day off, or the pitcher is not dictating him a day off, Sonny is dictating him a day off. So those are things that this manager has got to make a decision about. How much defense does he want to give up when he plays Stanton, which he's given up defense? And also, how much does he want to placate Sonny? How much does he want to sit Sanchez? Obviously, Torres improves the defense. I mean, listen, the Yankees have some young players who are just, and Gleyber Torres has star written all over him. I mean, he just does things so effortlessly. Andujar's an impressive hitter. He's a hitter. Torres is a guy who does everything, and he does it effortlessly. I mean, he just looks like a star in every way. There's just nothing he can't do on a baseball field. He's got that kind of look. And, everything they forecast for him is true. I mean, you can see it a mile away. Anthony in Connecticut. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, Mike. Good to hear from you.
Thank you. What's up?
It's been a weird void of 1 month Yankee baseball and not a lot of talk, so it's great to hear it on day one. So, as you see this team in 1 month unfold, I think everybody, fan-wise, they notice what they're missing to keep them from actually winning at this time. And I'd like to see them finally use the pieces that they've grown in that farm system to finally get that piece.
They need to. Listen.
A year
they didn't get Cole.
Gardner when he gets back, or Homer, something.
They didn't get Cole. All right. He rolled the dice. He didn't get Cole, and it's kind of blown up on him early. We'll see where that
takes. Would you
takes.
trade it Andahar though? Now that you've seen him, because that would seem like what it would have been.
Listen,
so
they're gonna.
That thankful.
I think they're gonna have to give up one of their pieces. Andahar's a legitimate hitter. Torres is an untouchable, first of all. Andahar is a legitimate hitter. Austin's a legitimate hitter. I mean, Austin is like, he reminds me, he's like, I don't know if you'll know this name. I mean, I think you've heard the name, but you might not know the player that well. You know what he is? He's Muscarin. I mean, he's a guy who just gives you big power. He can give it to you off the bench. He can give it to you as a pinch hitter. He can give it to you as a DH. He can give it to you as a first baseman. He's just a good bat. He just is a good, solid bat.
And compliment with Bird, perfect spot. Those 1-2 together.
I mean, Bird, and keeping him healthy is a big factor. But you also got to answer the questions that I just brought up before that allude to what to do with Stanton, what to do with Sanchez, and whether or not you're going to placate Sonny. Now, Sonny was better last night. He challenged guys more. He had better command last night. He faced a tough lineup, and he threw the ball well. That's the best you've seen from Sonny. I know a lot of people are ready to give up on him. I don't love them. Nobody can love them right now. We'll see where it takes them. The Yankees, though, without any question, when you're talking where they're going to go postseason-wise, are going to have to give up some kids or give up probably one jewel to get... Because why fool around and not get a big pitcher? It's get a big pitcher. That's the idea. Get a big pitcher. That's what you're trying to do. Alex in New Canaan. What's up, Alex?
Hey, Mike, welcome back.
Thank you.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. What's up, buddy?
I want you to get the pink Cadillac out of that garage.
Yes.
Because I think it's going to be a long summer between the Red Sox and the Yankees.
I'm looking forward to it. There's nothing better. Nothing better. The Red Sox got a wonderful team.
I'll tell you. So the
wonderful
Yankees,
team.
I've never seen so many great ball players on both sides.
I love it. Listen, hopefully it's I hope it's nothing but just classic, hot, 90-degree weather and summertime, great head-to-head baseball. That's what it should be.
And two young managers. It's great stuff. It's great. It's like the beginning all over again.
Cora's good.
Yeah,
I'm farther ahead on Cora than I am, obviously, yet on Boone. But I thought more about Cora as a manager, but than I ever did about Boone. So Boone looks to me, and obviously I'll be chatting with him. And I know him a little bit. I don't know him really well. I mean, I've known him when he was here and stuff. I mean, I've chatted with him a couple times. But it just seems like he doesn't want to yet exert his authority. It's almost like he's taken a stance where he just wants to just kind of ease into it, which might not be a dumb play. Because they were a little tired. Let's be honest. Joe's not here, not because of his record. Joe's not here because some of the players on the team tired of him. Some of the young did. Some of the old did. It was kind of a weird mix. And that's the only reason, because he did a great job. And he also was a master with the bullpen. He really was. And the bullpen right now is a little tricky. You've seen better from Betances the last couple of times out. But one thing you can do is, I don't know about you, but right now I'm back to where I feel very confident with Chapman when he goes in the game. Like last year, got to a point where you were very worried about Chapman. But Chapman has gotten to a point now where you feel good about Chapman. You know, you feel confident when he comes back in the game now that he's going to come in and do his job. Betances, you're hoping. Like last night, you saw a second straight time Betances did well. You saw better from Sonny, so you had some positives last night, but they're not out of the woods yet. Not by a long shot. Mike in Bayside, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good,
Great to hear you back on the radio.
Thank you.
But,
Good to be here.
ask you a question.
Yes.
Matt Harvey, I know you were on high heat. You said you were down talking to Wilpon, right? In spring training?
I was, yes.
So, did you see this report that he was out partying Thursday night in L.A. from when they were in San Diego?
I did not see it, no.
Yeah, so apparently he was out in L.A. when they were playing in San Diego Thursday night. And Friday, did you speak to him? Is he ever going to get it?
I didn't speak to Matt, but I can tell you this: the Mets don't have a lot of patience with Harvey. They didn't go into the season with a lot of patience with Harvey. They don't have a lot of patience with Harvey, and Harvey, I understand this is tough for him. This is a guy who, in the back of his mind, was cashing a Scherzer-type contract. It was just a matter of when. He's gone from there to now where he is, to where his whole career is in doubt. And he has got to buy in and show them that he's going to try to fix himself. If he doesn't, he won't be long for baseball. It's a sad story. It really is. And he didn't earn all of it. He earned some of it. He had a couple of nasty injuries, the second one being extremely debilitating, but he has compounded the problems on numerous fronts. Back after this. Curry Automotive, a real New York legend. Curry opened their first dealership in 1919, and remarkably, Curry is still a family-owned and operated business. Babe Ruth actually drove one out of Curry, and we're happy to have Curry as our premier automotive partner. Curry Subaru is located on a large campus on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, across from Kohl's in northern Westchester. From Curry Subaru's lot to your driveway, Curry is transforming the car buying process with the Curry Promise. Curry will always respect your time and your money and offer you a frictionless first-class shopping experience. I guess that's why Curry is around for almost 100 years. Lease a new 2018 Subaru Forester 2.5i all-wheel drive for just $219 per month for 39 months with $21.14 due at signing, plus tax and DMV fees. Subaru, the best-selling all-wheel drive cars in America, from Westchester's all-time sales leader. Visit CurrySubaru.com. Offer expires May 31st. Call 877-469-6569 for full details.
Where do you go if you have friends in town that have never been to New York? Easy. You'd probably go to the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, or maybe even all the way to the top of the Freedom Tower.
But where would you go if you needed the best selection of cameras, lenses, and lighting gear to take photos of their first Big Apple expedition? That's even easier. You go to B&H.
If you want to do awesome stuff, like fly a drone, test out virtual reality headsets, or even shop the latest Macs and PCs, you go to B&H.
B&H even has stuff you never knew existed, like professional quality lenses you can mount on your smartphone, or even 360 virtual reality cameras.
So where do you go for the most mind-blowing selection of products?
You go to B&H.
Located at 34th Street and 9th Avenue, and at B&H.com. Open every day except Friday afternoon and Saturday. Free parking available. So where do you go?
You go to B&H.
We are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos Tequila. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those of you who have welcomed me back to fan, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheers to you. For those of you who haven't, well, have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly. Come to White Plains Chrysler for big city deals with a small town feel.
Phony fees, upcharge add-ons, extra value programs that cost you extra.
Stop letting car dealers take advantage of you. This is Brett Zaslow, owner of Smith Haven. Bring me any car dealer's offer, and I'll show you why it's not a Smith Haven real deal.
Every real deal comes with our 5-star added value program that saves you thousands and doesn't increase your price. It includes 2 complimentary oil changes, lifetime free state inspections, 60 service loaners available, and so much more value.
At Smith Haven, the extras are on us and available to everyone.
No after-the-sale add-on fees, no phony prep charges, and pricing with rebates everyone qualifies for.
Real deals, no phony fees or
other add-ons. That's what makes Smith Haven truly different.
Visit SmithHaven.com or go to Smith Haven Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Jericho Turnpike, St. James, Smithtown.
Always remember when you shop for a car, if it's not a Smith Haven deal, it's not a real deal.
Jeep Celebration Event.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. New year, new me. That's exactly what Matt Harvey of the New York Mets told us all back in February before the season started. One problem. He looks exactly the same, only worse. ERA, barely under 6, check. Demoted to the bullpen before the second month of the season, check. Swearing at reporters and refusing to answer questions about the demotion, check. Driving all the way from San Diego to LA for a Beverly Hills party on a work night, check. That's the story according to Page 6. So either this dude was starving for a very specific meal at this restaurant, or he's jonesing hard for the bender. There's a better party and you're not at it. Eh, Matty? Matt freaking Party. A disaster both on and off the field thus far. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. If your wiper blades are worn and streaking, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and save $8 instantly on a pair of Trico Force wiper blades. Improve visibility and save money with Trico Force wiper blades. Plus, take advantage of O'Reilly Auto Parts free wiper blade installation. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. IT orchestration stories from CDW. A retailer wanted to keep all their IoT devices running all the time, so CDW orchestrated an on-premises APC micro data center solution at each location that was easy to deploy, and delivered standardized architecture and remote monitoring to keep their data, networks, and applications available, and their customers happy. Availability by APC. IT orchestration by CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/APC. CDW. People who get it.
Hey, you with the Giants hat. You part of the condo, HOA, or apartment building owners crowd? What do you mean? You a board member? An apartment building owner? How about a property manager? Why, yes I am. Have I got a deal for you? The best in Jersey. Better than a Springsteen concert? It's the Cooperator Expo. Coming to the Meadowlands Expo Center, Wednesday, May 2nd. What about it? It's where Jersey board members, property managers, and apartment building owners go for building services solutions. You know, management, insurance, security, landscaping, energy, plumbing. Wow. You want to hook up with over 300 exhibitors, free seminars and advice? You want to network with your peers? All of this for free? Yep. May 2nd. I'll be there. Bet your building assets you will. Get registering now at njcondoexpo.com. New Jersey's biggest and best condo, HOA, and apartment expo. The Cooperator Expo. Wednesday, May 2nd at the Meadowlands Expo Center in Secaucus. njcondoexpo.com.
The Rankatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol is brought to you by Boston Market. The outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels both at a 20-minute wait. Come into Boston Market any Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday after 5 and get a rotisserie prime rib meal with 2 sides and cornbread. Boston Market, dinner is always ready. I'm Kelly Dillon with the Rankatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol.
What's the name when you snore? What's the thing we're craving for? What can help me sleep all night? Now I wake up feeling right. Makes me love my husband more, 'cause he no longer snores. He puts it in his mouth, and the snoring goes out. I'm talking about can you remember the name? And never snore again. Can you remember the name? And never snore again. I wanna
Curry Toyota, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit currytoyota.com. All right, we are celebrating my return to Fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos tequila. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those of you who have welcomed me back to the Fan, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheers to you. For those of you who maybe didn't love the fact, well, you know what? Have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly. And my buddy Lee up in Westchester, who's involved with those two guys, and says he's going to bring George Clooney to the studio one day. We'll see. You know. Somehow I think that could be an issue, though. So, some of the ladies in the building, but George Clooney comes to the studio, so I don't know about that. But that is his fine-tasting tequila, that's for sure. And we thank them for their sponsorship today. Now, remember when you first fell in love with your home? Has it lost some of its luster over the years? Well, Rings End wants you to really love your home. They've got lots of ways to do it. Why not refresh your rooms with a new coat of Benjamin Moore paint, or re-love your view with beautiful new windows and doors from Marvin's with Rings End? You can turn the house you have into the home you love, so go on. Rings End. Their initials are RE because they're redefining home improvement. All right, as we head through the afternoon, Eli Manning still to come. Mike Maccagnan, the Jets GM, who found you a new quarterback with the third pick in the draft and some other new toys. He will join us, as will Jay Wright, the Villanova head coach, who has won his second national championship with Villanova's brilliant performance in the NCAA tournament. Matter of fact, he's, I believe, with us. Will be with us in just seconds. Well, let me tell you that we're coming through you from the Town Fair Tire Studio, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. As we take you this afternoon through the program, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On, which is the app we are building. And one of the people I wanted to talk to today on a first day back was the winning coach and a guy who has built Villanova into a dynasty in recent years, and that is Villanova head coach Jay Wright. Jay, welcome. How are you?
Mike, how are you, buddy? Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be back. Nice you to grace our first show, and I guess you may have upset some Knicks fans by not agreeing to be interviewed for the job. So I guess the Knicks had some interest and you had none.
No, not really. I just love my job at Villanova, so I'm not entertaining any job opportunities anywhere. I stay here, and I know those guys well, so they know I want to stay at Villanova, and it's still the Knicks, man.
It's nice to be asked, though. It's nice to be asked. Hey, anytime you you've gotten to a point in your life when the Knicks call and ask you if you want to be their coach. That's a heck of an honor. You know that.
You're exactly right, and there's nowhere like coaching in the Garden and coaching in the New York Knicks. You're exactly right. I just happen to love being at Villanova and don't want to entertain any thoughts of other jobs because I love it here. But the Knicks, everybody in basketball knows the Knicks are the Knicks and the Garden's the Garden, and there's no place like it in the world.
Well, what Philly's become right now with the Eagles and you guys, the Phillies are playing better. I mean, and now the Sixers with their good young players. I mean, they're on the verge of some big things down there.
They really are, man. This team, the addition of Ilyasova, Bellinelli, these experience, they brought on experience, and they brought on shooters. Right as these young guys started to mature, it was perfect timing, and these guys are really playing well because it enables them to really use the young guys in a way with shooters around them. Ben Simmons can isolate and play inside, and Embiid can actually shoot it. So the addition of those shooters was brilliant, I think, on Brian Colangelo's part, and it makes them a really tough team.
You know, this run that you had this year, your team was so brilliant. in the Final Four, executed against Kansas as well as anybody's ever executed in a Final Four game. I mean, there's a Kansas team that was really good. They just had no chance. I mean, you had one of those days where you played the perfect game. I mean, every shot went down. I mean, it was unbelievable. But I think back to the journey, and you and I obviously were texting during the tournament back and forth, but the West Virginia moments against that very talented defensive team was an interesting test for you and for your team in the second half of that game.
Yeah, definitely. You don't know it at the time, but when you look back, at the run, you say there was a point in that game where we were down 6 in the second half, and their physicality, their defense was starting.
Their quickness, which is unbelievable.
It
right?
is. It really is. They're physical and tough, but they are really quick too. It was starting to get to us, and it was unbelievable. We got a timeout. We got to the foul line. We scored and got a foul. So it's a 6-point game. We get it to 4. We miss the free throw. We get the offensive rebound and score. And it's a 4-point play right there, and all of a sudden now it's 2, and that's a major difference. Like that game could have gotten away from us right there. And as you look back on it, that was probably the scariest moment in the tournament for us.
Everyone talks about your guards and obviously the kids who they know and the ones who are going to play in the NBA, but your development, when I saw you in December, and we saw you in Nassau Coliseum that night, I took the boys over to see you, and I watched where Spellman was and where Spellman was in March. I mean, the development of guys like him, what Pascal gave you, what Spellman gave you, his development was unbelievable last year.
Yeah, you're right. That was the difference, and it was. Eric Pascal doesn't get talked about enough.
No, he's a very important player for you guys.
He really is, and he is developing into a guy that was a kind of a forward coming into college and developed to. By the end of that tournament, he's playing like a 2-guard, but with power forward size. And then Spellman, in the same way, he's just a kid that was playing in his first year, and he just got better and better and better to the point where at the end of the tournament in the Michigan game, Spellman is playing his best basketball, and he's working out now for the NBA draft, and he's playing his best basketball right now. He's just improved every day, and he continues to work hard and improve. So the timing of that as you go through a tournament, we've had different teams that have made runs to a Final Four, but this team was getting better between the Kansas game and the Michigan game. It just had so much upside because of the young guys, because of Spellman and also Pascal.
But also, you had so many different guys that could make a three, and so many guys. Brunson was so within himself and so in control at all times. And then to see, DiVincenzo have that kind of explosiveness. He has almost the kind of explosiveness that Thompson at Golden State has. I mean, he can play it almost like that. I mean, he doesn't handle well enough yet, which was exposed in the West Virginia game. But other than that, he is incredibly explosive.
He really is. And much like Thompson, he can play off the ball when he needs to. He's a great catch and shoot guy. He's got tremendous range, and he is really explosive with the ball. He's another guy. He's got a chance.
Oh, I think he's going to be a good pro.
Yeah, I do. I do too. It's just going to matter whether this is the best year for him to do it or not.
Right, and he can go back and forth. Right, he didn't get it. He can still go back if he wants. Right.
Yeah. He and Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges both having one more year of eligibility,
right.
but they're both graduating, and both of those guys have agents. Pascal, who's actually graduating this year too,
right?
He's got another year. He's going to come back. Amari Spellman and Dante DiVincenzo, those two did not hire agents, and they're going to go through the pre-draft process. They're going to go to the combine.
And Bridges has become such a, talk about a guy who's going to be good in the NBA the way they play now. I mean, he's got unlimited range and incredible confidence on his shot now.
I think he's going to be a really good pro because what he developed each year was he was a great defender and rebounder maker where he could defend any position and he could make threes. And then the next year he started developing to a guy that could move without the ball, that could handle the ball better. And then his third year he became the guy that could go get his own shot. And that's what I think elevated him into, possible lottery status, where he's great defender, great rebounder, great shooter, but he can go get his own shot.
We're talking with Jay Wright, who is staying put at the school he loves, Villanova, after leading him to a second national championship. You're the winningest program over the last 6 years. You've won 2 championships in recent years. You've also been a dominant program. You haven't been lower than, I think, 6 in the polls or 7 in the polls in the last 6 years. I mean, it's amazing what you've built. You've built what Duke has, and they following you now. I mean, Duke, Kentucky, Carolina, etc. And you do it without some of the players they draft and they recruit rather. What is the secret to allow you to have been this consistent over this period of time with this program?
It's really good players, Mike. I mean, we've been getting the guys like just below the really hyped one and done guys, but they're pros, and they stay in college. They want to be in college. They want to improve. They want to get better. And we've also caught a number of breaks where every time we get to the point where guys could stay for their senior year or leave at the end of their junior year. Every time those guys, it started with Daniel Achefu. The year we won it in 16, he could have left at the end of that year. He stayed. Then Josh Hart could have left. He stayed. Then Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges could have left. They stayed. We've been very fortunate with that. Now, we're probably going to get the opposite this year, right, where we could get hit being really young next year. And our young guys aren't really like the Kentucky young guys. They're not guys that are one and done guys their first year. So, we might be a little bit young for a year, but we look forward to that process. We still got 2 great leaders in Mikal Britt and Phil Booth and Eric Pascal, who I think can be great players. And maybe we got to go through some tough times at the beginning of the year and then grow into a really good team by the end of the year.
The system you play now, can you plug players in and recruit to that system, or will you have to tweak it based on personnel?
We always tweak based on personnel. There's basic concepts that we stick to, but we always base.
Well, you want an interchangeable, very versatile type of player, and you want them all to be able to shoot, which is something that obviously is lethal when you can get it.
Exactly, and you're not going to have it. Like, we had 6 guys average double figures this year. That's probably never going to happen.
And they could all make a 3.
Yeah, probably never going to happen again. But we have had some successful teams without that. Without having guys that are that skilled offensively. But like for instance, this year, we found out at the end of last year that Jalen Brunson can really play in the post. So right. We adjusted to his strengths, and he was our post player.
Well, his head fakes are unbelievable. His ability to control his body is unreal. It really is.
It is. It really is.
He's going to be a good pro.
I
think he's going to be. Look, Van Vliet is a good NBA player. He's going to be a good backup point guard for somebody for a long time.
You know what? And I think he's going to probably be brought in as a backup point guard. But I think somebody's going to get that kid on their team. The starting point guard is going to get hurt, and they're going to play him, and they're going to see this guy's a starter. Because you look at Larkin last night in the game for the Celtics. Yep. Jalen's a lot like that, and physically tough, really intelligent, and a great leader. I think he's going to be a great pro, but I am
interesting. Oh, so you think he'll be? I thought he'd be like a guy who's got a 10-year career as a good, solid backup. You think he could be more than that?
I do. I really do. And I think that's what most guys look at him as, Mike. But it just, as you said, most NBA guys. But
you know him.
Yeah. I've been in the kid's. He won 2 national championships in 3 years, and in the year in between, he won a Big East championship, regular season championship, and a Big East tournament championship. We got beat in a close game against Wisconsin. In the second round, he makes his team win, got good players here, obviously very good players, but that kid, he can do everything to make his team win. He's better defensively than people think. He's more athletic than people think, and he can do anything offensively, anything. I really do. I think he's going to wind up being a starter in the league and really successful.
You know, it's amazing what you've accomplished. A couple of years ago, you're winning 30 games and getting beat in the second round, and people are screaming about you. And now you've won 2 national championships. And I bet you tell me you're not a better coach now than you were a couple of years ago. That is what happens in March, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And one of the things that's hard to do is, you know, when you get beat in those second round games, you know, in your gut, you know, you really believe, okay, we're doing the right things. You know, we just got a tough matchup. You know, we got a tough game here, tough game there. But you know, you're hearing it, and you're thinking in your head, it's telling you, all right, should you change some things? You know, and I'm glad we were patient enough just to stick with what we're doing, stick with our guys, and you know, and then we got some good matchups. But the tournament is so much about, like that West Virginia game. We could have lost that game.
No question.
They were just as good, and you know, we made some plays that, like that, down 6. We score, miss a free throw, get an offensive rebound on a free throw, get that game back to 1 or 2 there. That was huge. You know, we don't score, they get it to 8. As good as they are defensively, it's tough. Maybe don't recover. So you know it. You know how fragile it is. You know, I've told a couple guys, and we're out on the road recruiting, and now, you know, you don't see guys until then. They come and say congrats, and some teams played us close. And I remember when we lost to Carolina and they went on to win the national tournament, I'm thinking, how close are we? How close are we? So the other guys that played close, I told them, you're close, man. Trust me, you're close. You know, it really does work that way.
Well, to win 1 is hard. To win 2 in a couple of years, I mean, that is unbelievable. And to win that second championship separates you. I mean, that is something special for a guy who was at Hofstra a while ago and thinking about, you know, where his career was going to be, and now what you've done is unbelievable. I mean, to win 2 national championships puts you on a very special level. It really does. 1's one thing, 2 is different.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. It's you know, it's kind of uncomfortable to think about that. I really enjoy. I'm really in the mindset now, like, you know what, if DiVincenzo's a first-round pick and Amari Spellman's a first-round pick, and we lose those guys, and we have 4 first-round picks, that's a great thing. But then I'm more concerned about what are we going to do next year? You know, we got some young guys. We got to get them to step up. But I enjoy that. I really do. Like, I enjoy the challenge of seeing what our young guys can do and seeing how we can put this group together for next year. That's the part you really love about it.
Well, listen, congratulations. Thanks for coming on. It was a great run by your team, and thanks, as always, being part of the program. Appreciate it.
Thanks, boy. Thanks for taking care of me. Nice tie on that you sent me, man.
I saw it. I saw you wearing it on TV. Yes, I did. Thank you.
I liked it, man.
Thanks.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Thank you. Jay Wright, and he's talking. When I took my boys to see him at Nassau Coliseum in December, right before Christmas. So I said, we're going to go see Coach Wright tonight. He took them in the locker room. He gave them, he had a team speech. He gave them a pep talk. He gave them these Villanova wristlets that off the players' arms that they were wearing, his attitude and this and that. So we brought him a present. So I went in and we got him a tie. We were Christmas shopping. So we brought him a tie, and he wore it during the NCAA tournament. So that's what he was alluding to. All right, here's the Mink Man.
Live from the Town Fair Tire Studio, it's Mike's On, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. WFAN, WFAN FM, New York.
WFAN Sports Flash. Hey, Mike, this report brought to you by Parks Casino and Racing, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Exit 6 off the New Jersey Turnpike. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Well, this is Mets General Manager Sandy Alderson with the media today. Mets and Braves series opener tonight, Citi Field. Question deals with the catching situation, the evaluation at this point with the injuries to Travis d'Arnaud and Kevin Plawecki.
Incremental improvement. You know, we're a little bit cautious. We've looked, on the other hand, at significant improvement, and we just don't think that's that's available.
Noah Syndergaard, the rookie Mike Soroka, the pitchers tonight. Yoenis Cespedes is in the lineup in left field. Yanks and Astros game 2 of 4 tonight in Houston. Astros snapping the Yanks' 9-game win streak, the 2-1 victory last night. Yankees have hit Jordan Montgomery against Justin Verlander. Last night for Montgomery did not factor into the decision against the Twins. 4 hits, a couple of runs in 5 innings. Verlander has been superb. 4-0 ERA of 1.36. Yankee baseball on the Fan. Yankee pregame at 7:30. And your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people, make a difference in the lives of others. Get blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Call 800 Red Cross or visit redcrossblood.org today. 79 degrees, sunshine, that's what's happening. Sports Flash is at the top of the hour. This is John Minko on Sports Radio 101.9 FM and Sports Radio 66. You can listen to the Fan anytime, anywhere. Download the radio.com app and favorite us today.
Curry Automotive, a real New York legend. Curry opened their first dealership in 1919, and remarkably, Curry is still a family-owned and operated business. Babe Ruth actually drove one out of Curry, and we're very happy to have Curry as our premier automotive partner. Curry Hyundai is located on a large campus on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, across from Kohl's in northern Westchester. From Curry Hyundai's lot to your driveway, Curry is transforming the car buying process with the Curry Promise. Curry will always respect your time and your money, and offer you a frictionless first-class shopping experience. I guess that's why Curry is around for almost 100 years. Lease a new 2018 Hyundai Tucson SE with all-wheel drive for just $189 a month. 36 short months, $19.99 through its signing, plus tax, tags, and motor vehicle fees. Or buy it for just $21,988. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortland Manor next to Kohl's. CurryHyundai.com for full offer details. Call 866-948-3617. Offer ends May 31st.
It's time to start thinking big, real big, like 28-carat diamond big, because the Powerball jackpot is over $195 million. So play today, because anything can happen in Jersey.
Can you believe it's already May? Summer's around the corner. Next year will be here before you know it. So as time flies, get your savings on the rise. Open a 12-month CD from Capital One to get guaranteed returns on your money with one of the highest savings rates around. Capital One CDs are FDIC insured up to allowable limits for extra peace of mind. Stop by your nearest Capital One location today to lock in a great rate. Offered by Capital One NA.
Curry Toyota, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit currytoyota.com.
Mike's on. He's ready to go on the Fan. New York Sports Radio. Mike's on. Mike's on.
Back on the program, we welcome in someone who obviously has been part of so many programs with me, and I'm glad we'll be together again this year. And of course, that's Eli Manning. Eli, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's nice to be back, and I'm looking forward to the season. And let me get right to that, Eli, because you have to be thrilled the way the new Giant hierarchy, from GM to coach, everyone came in and said, you know what, this is Eli's team, and now we're going to put the pieces around them. You have to be thrilled.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's been great working with Coach Shermer, Mike Shula, the offense coordinator, and Dave Gettleman. They've done a great job just putting a team together. And now it's our job, obviously, to go out there and perform at a high level. But I've enjoyed these last few weeks of being back in the facility and getting to work, and obviously excited about the draft. And it's always an exciting time. You get to add a few key players to the equation, and look forward for those guys to get here in the facility and start working as well. But I think everybody is just excited to get back to work and kind of put last year behind us and start moving forward.
Let's put it was a very tough year. Let's put it behind you. But when you look back on it for a second for us, what was a very tough year on a lot of levels? What was the toughest part for you?
Just obviously losing games is tough. You want to win games for your fans. You never want to get see your head coach get fired during the season. And Coach Maccagnan and I had a great relationship and for 4 years. And you feel obviously when someone gets fired, it means you didn't do your job well enough. And that's kind of how I've always seen that. And never want to see that happen. So just going through all those things was tough. It's never fun, going through a losing streak and not, feeling that you're playing your best football, and though we had a lot of injuries and just trying to figure out ways to be creative to try to put some points on the board.
The Giants have made it very clear that they expect you to be around for a while. They talked about, and Gettleman did, about how you are someone who is able to stay healthy and are one of those freak athletes who can play for a long time. You've always made that pretty clear, that you expect to play for a long time and don't feel like age is a factor right now, right?
No, my body feels good. I feel like I'm still moving around. My arm's still strong and can make all the throws, and eager to learn. And I think that's the thing. We come in here in meetings and learning a new offense. It's not, I'm not overwhelmed by it. I like putting in the time to, kind of get all the questions asked and make sure I'm on the same page with them and we're thinking the same way. So I've enjoyed this process of kind of learning a new offense, seeing how different people think, and it can be kind of enlightening and eye-opening just to see how different people can run similar plays, but read it differently or go about it differently. So you just got to buy in and trust the system and make sure you're doing everything the way the coaches want you to do it.
You played in one system for a long time. It took advantage of your ability to throw the ball down the field, especially. Then you changed and went to a new system. Will this one be more like the second or more like the first?
I think it's a little bit of a combination of both, and so there are some things that like in any offense, a lot of it's similar plays. It's just kind of how you read it or how you call it or how they're communicated exactly. And so I think there are there's definitely some concepts that were very familiar from Coach Gilbride's system. When I was with Coach Coughlin as the head coach, and then there's some that are more similar to Coach Maccagnan. So I think it's and then some are completely unique in their own. And so it's just about learning it, learning the reads inside and out, learning protections, and just kind of how they want their offense run.
We're talking with Eli Manning as the Giants. A lot of optimism around the Giants. Clearly a very good draft. You now have a lot of help on the offensive line. I think one of the kids they draft is going to be terrific there. They went out and helped themselves in free agency there. Now you bring in an explosive back who has the ability to score from anywhere on the field. You have Beckham, who, when on his game, can score from anywhere on the field. How about the team you're going to have around you this year?
Yeah, I'm excited, and obviously, there's it's easy to get excited about your on paper team, and that's the guys that you have on the roster, just because of the playmakers. And you look at Odell and Saquon and Evan Ingram and Shepard, Sterling Shepard. Those are all guys who have played in games, made big plays for us, and then you throw in a new left tackle and some offensive linemen. So obviously, on paper, there's a lot of playmakers. Now it's just a matter of us coming together as a team, everybody buying into this offense, buying into the head coach's message, and working extremely hard to make sure we're getting better. And we have a great understanding, and as the season goes, you got to go through the ups and downs and just commit to this team and this season. And so that's what it's going to take. It's not just the players; it's everybody buying in and being on the same page and coming together as a team is the most important thing.
You've had some good players at times, Eli. This group, though, could be unbelievable. I mean, your tight end shows a tremendous amount of talent. We know that. The kid from Penn State has a great explosiveness. We know what Beckham can do. You have some other receivers behind them. I mean, this could be really a fun offense and one that could play pretty much with some balance. They should be able to run the ball better. There should be some better block on the offensive line. I mean, it looks like this could be not only versatile, but incredibly explosive.
Well, we hope so, and that's what we're working towards. Obviously that's what this time of year is for us to, get this, start learning this offense, make sure our fundamentals are correct. When if a route says, to get to 18 yards, we got to get to 18 yards, and offensive line making our calls, and so it's really about everybody being on the same page. page, and offensive line be on the same page with picking up blitzes and tight ends. So it's there's obviously a skill set, and guys, if they're given an opportunity to do things down the field, I think we'll be able to make plays. But it's still everybody, every play being on the same page and doing communicating well and understanding and understanding. Hey, it's still about having your blocking guys and catching the football and doing the little things correctly as well. So that's what we're working on to make sure our fundamentals are sound and give us the opportunity to make some of those plays down the field.
I'm talking with Eli Manning. Life takes a lot of weird twists and turns. We know that. Look at me being back here. I never expected I'd be back doing this. So was there a time?
The shortest retirement I've ever
seen. It was, and I tell you, I never expected for a second to be back. Life's weird. It really is sometimes, and very strange. 4.5, 5 months, and I'm back here after 30 years. But did you reach a point last year where you thought your Giant days were over? Did you ever get to that point in what was going on last year?
I just, for the first time ever, I didn't know what the future held, and it was. And I tried not to, overthink it and kind of draw conclusions of information I didn't know. And so I just kind of had to say, hey, I'm gonna be positive and through the whole end of the season and the off season, and just kind of work out and be ready for whatever is thrown at me. And obviously, I was very excited, to kind of hear the news from Mr. Gettleman, Mr. Merritt, that they would want me back, and knew I was going to work extremely hard to keep my job. And I want when you almost lose something, it makes you appreciate it even more, and that's certainly the case here. I love being the quarterback for the New York Giants, and I want to be the quarterback and win games for this organization and this fan base and my teammates. And so that's what my energy is going toward, and my commitment to do what it takes to learn this offense and win some more games.
You must have been thrilled because these guys, they haven't been wishy-washy around it. They haven't vacillated. They basically have said, Eli's here. He's got years left. We're building around him. He's our guy. He's got plenty left in the tank. I mean, that's what you've heard from these guys.
Yeah, and I think, I've tried to, show them that, hey, I want to learn. I'm here. I'm committed to, learning everything. And we hadn't had a whole lot of practices, but I thought, last week just, we did have some vet mini camp and out there, and I thought the guys were running fast. I thought it threw the ball well. It wasn't perfect by any means, but for just trying to put an offense together and kind of throwing routes to these guys, some of them for the first time, and so I thought I had a decent feel for the offense, and I think just getting more comfortable every day.
There's been so much swirling around Beckham. Do you feel that everything can settle down to where it can just be him and your offense and you and just playing football and get all that other stuff away from just the distractions that seem to have swirled around him the last year and a half?
Yeah, I think that's the goal, where we can kind of just keep the main thing, and that's playing football, and that's winning football games, and keep it about that. And obviously, in New York, hey, everything gets blown up a little bit. We just got we got to focus just on not making distractions when you don't need distractions. Have the conversation be about our good play and not about other things that may hurt the team or draw the focus away from what we're doing as a team. And so I think that's the mindset, and we got to go out there and do our talking on the field.
Listen, there's a lot to look forward to this year. We're looking forward to it. It should be a fun season, and we're looking forward to going through it with you again this year. Thanks very much for being part of the first show. Appreciate it very much.
Sure thing, Mike. Great to have you back.
Thank you, Eli, very much. Eli Manning, back after this. Feeling cooped up? Well, spring is finally here. Time to roll down the windows and hit the open road in your new RAV4 all-wheel drive from Curry Toyota. How's this for super springtime savings? $172 a month for a lease. That's right, your all-new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month. 36 short months. You heard right. A new 2018 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $172 a month. $29.99 due at signing, plus tax and motor vehicle fees. Discover the difference at Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, next to Kohl's, or click CurryToyota.com. There is never a worry when you hurry to Curry. A Curry Automotive dealership, a family owned and operated since 1919, excludes tax, title, and motor vehicle fees, includes $75 dock fee. Call 866-957-9078 for full lease details. Offer ends May 31st.
Great things happen when people use the cloud to work together. At McAfee, we build advanced cybersecurity from device to cloud, so organizations are empowered to invent life-saving cures, smarter investment models, and cleaner energy. Without protected technology, these innovations might never happen. We support fearless innovators who are making our world a better place. McAfee, the device-to-cloud cybersecurity company.
Want a gift from moms, dads, or grads? It's almost that time, and Adorama is the place. Visit Adorama.com. Adorama, so much more than a camera store.
What can I get you, hon?
I'll have a coffee, please.
You've been playing 888 Casino Online, haven't you?
With so many amazing games, you can't help but have fun at 888. How about some pie? Sign up at 888 for a free $20 credit at 888casino.com.
888.
888casino.com is a New Jersey legal and authorized online casino. You must be 21 or older and located in New Jersey while gambling. Offer for new 888casino.com players only. Biggest sign-up offer as of August 23, 2017. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Phony fees, upcharge add-ons, extra value programs that cost you extra.
Stop letting car dealers take advantage of you. This is Brett Saslow, owner of Smith Haven. Bring me any car dealer's offer, and I'll show you why it's not a Smith Haven real deal.
Every real deal comes with our 5-star added value program that saves you thousands and doesn't increase your price. It includes 2 complimentary oil changes, lifetime free state inspections, 60 service loaners available, and so much more value.
At Smith Haven, the extras are on us and available to everyone.
No after-the-sale add-on fees, no phony prep charges, and pricing with rebates everyone qualifies for.
Real deals, no phony fees or add-ons. That's what makes Smith Haven truly different.
Visit smithhaven.com or go to Smith Haven Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Jericho Turnpike, St. James, Smithtown.
Always remember when you shop for a car, if it's not a Smith Haven deal, it's not a real deal.
Jeep Celebration Event.
It's time to start thinking big, real big, like 28-karat diamond big, because the Powerball jackpot is over $195 million. So play today, because anything can happen in Jersey.
The Rainkatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol is brought to you by Frontline Plus. The outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels both at a 20 to 30-minute wait. Warmer weather means more time outside, but it can also mean more bugs. So don't forget to protect your pets with the #1 name in flea and tick protection, Frontline Plus. Buy it today. I'm Kelly Dillon with the Rainkatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol.
Sunday night, May 6th. Get ready for WWF Backlash. For the first time in Newark, see Roman Reigns as he battles Samoa Joe. The Miz challenges Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Jinder Mahal defends the U.S. Championship against Randy Orton, and more. Don't wait. Great seats are still available at the box office and Ticketmaster. In the wake of WrestleMania, the Backlash awaits.
It only takes one sip of an ice-cold summer drink from McDonald's to get you from cleaning the kitchen to paddleboarding on the ocean and having a dolphin swim up to you and lead you to a secluded island where you meet your soulmate who says,
Those dishes won't do themselves.
with so many flavors, where will your sip take you?
This summer, come to McDonald's and try a refreshing $2 small McCafe drink, like a frozen strawberry lemonade or a $1 any size soft drink. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
With McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, you can choose among favorites like a delicious bacon McDouble for just $2. Just $2 for 2 100% beef patties, melty American cheese, and, wait for it, thick-cut applewood smoked bacon. So for all the bacon fans out there, and you know who you are, come get your bacon fix without breaking the bank. That sounds almost as good as, well, bacon. Build your meal with favorites like the $2 bacon McDouble on the McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
New York Hair MD has an incredible offer for you guys out there who want a full head of hair without the linear scar or scalpel. It's called NeoGraph, and it's game-changing technology. In fact, our own Zach Martin had the procedure about 2 years ago. He went looking like Kojak the Samson. Plus, Zach, you were back to work the next day. Stellar.
Yeah, Joe, all you have to do is visit NewYorkHairMD.com or call 800-755-HAIR. Call now and tell them WFAN sent you, and you get $1,000 off. Visit NewYorkHairMD.com, and you can do something for yourself that will last a lifetime. And in your words, I didn't feel the pain, bro.
Zach, spectacular. I never thought I would say this, but you actually look great. I mean, I'm not going to say George Clooney or Brad Pitt, but you don't look like you have a skunk on your head like a lot of guys do.
That's a good thing.
How do you make an appointment?
The consultation is free, and all you have to do is call 1-800-755-HAIR. Save $1,000 and tell them we sent you. Help me, Joe. What's the number?
1-800-755-HAIR. Call them now. They're stellar. Curry Hyundai, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit curryhyundai.com. All right, now, there's no better way to thank Mom on Mother's Day than lunch dinner at Benjamin's Steakhouse, located on East 41st Street, Manhattan, just 2 blocks away from the Grand Central Station. Enjoy a 3-course menu from $69.95, plus all moms will receive a $50 gift card. Enjoy hand-picked, dry-aged USDA prime steaks in an ambiance filled with old-world charm. Named Manhattan's #1 steakhouse by Zagat. Treat Mom to an unforgettable dinner experience. Review the menu online today at Benjamin's Steakhouse. Go to benjaminsteakhouse.com or call 212-297-9177. That's 212-297-9177 to make your reservation. Benjamin's Steakhouse, a cut above the rest. Now, it's your home, it's your life. Make it better with Jaeger Lumber. That's right. That should be Jaeger Lumber. If your windows stick, slip, squeak, or leak, replace them with Anderson E-Series windows. Anderson built, backed, and serviced like no other. From start to finish at Jaeger Lumber, you deal with experienced professionals. Whether installation is done by your contractor or by their team of master craftsmen, get serious about home improvement with Anderson, built, backed, and serviced like no other windows. Go to Jaeger Lumber in Union, Sterling, Madison, Middlesex, Belmar, Point Pleasant, Lakewood, or online at JaegerLumber.com. All right, let me get a couple calls in. Derek in Queens. What's up, Derek? Mike Maccagnan, the Jets general manager, will join us in just a couple of minutes. I guess he's not there. Well, he's been waiting for a long time. Stephen Howard Beach has been waiting just as long. Steve, what's up?
Mike, welcome back.
Thank you, Steve. What's up?
Listener for decades. So anyway, I was fortunate enough over the past 25 years to grow a company. In the last 5 years, social media has escalated that company to a nationally recognized brand within its vicinity. The key thing that we did was become personalized on our social media. Will you be available on your Instagram, Facebook, and your Twitter?
No, I will be available on the app. I will not be available on the Instagram or Facebook or on Twitter. That I cannot do. It would be crazy. I don't have the time to do it. But we will use that to promote. I will not be available on those sites, but we will use them to promote. I will be available at times through the app. At certain times and with certain things we're doing, but not anywhere but the app. And you can reach that. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook at Mike's On, and the Mike's On app will be available. You can sign up for it now. There's no charge or anything yet. It'll be a mostly subscription app when we do it, when we do release what we're doing and everything. That will be late in summer. It's all being worked on now. It'll be ready before the football season starts. As we said, you can go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, which they just put the Mike's On, made that available on those sites and on those platforms yesterday. So it's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On, and you can get all the app information, and you can sign up for all the stuff and all the information that will be coming. And like I said, it will be operable by, I would say, late summer, probably sometime in, maybe, I don't want to say the date yet because I don't have a date, but I'd say mid-August probably, somewhere right around there. And obviously the show's Mike's On, which complements the app, which is Mike's On. And the ability of what we built was, and the partnership we forged is the ability to in radio, you just cannot indiscriminately and at a whim just promote something because the company that you're working for, in this case Intercom, wants to be paid, and rightly so, for those mentions because that's what they do. They sell them. So if you were going to, put a price next to every one of the mentions we do, it would be costly. So, but we have a relationship, a partnership with Intercom and with CA Sports and myself. And that's where the partnership is forged, and that's why we decided to use conventional radio as the vehicle to drive the app, and that's why I am where I am right now, which is back on the fan, which was part of the offshoot of the development of the app, and the partnership we forged was the idea of doing it on the fan and then driving it to the app with the same name, and that's what we're doing now with Mike's On. So the app was the driving force to put the partnership together and the driving force to come back on the fan. That was the part of it. It was to promote the app and to build that business, which is something we expect to do and hope to do for a very long time. And we will start really getting it rolling. I mean, we'll talk about it all the time, but we'll start to get it rolling as far as it being operational sometime in late August. Ron in St. James, what's up, Ron?
How you doing, Mike?
What's happening? Thank you.
Good. Last time I saw you, you at the Tiller Center. It was very nice. I want to say thank you.
Yeah, it was a fun show. Yeah, fun show.
Yeah, very fun show. Now, be honest. Now, I'm listening to you on the app right now. Did Roe have anything to do with you, like, had enough of you, like, get out of the house?
Oh, God.
Like,
no, God.
No?
No, not in the least. No.
No? Well,
no.
It's speculation.
No.
It's like, I'm home for 2 days and I'm on vacation.
How would anybody know speculation? How would anybody know that?
I know.
So listen, there's speculation about everything. So speculation that they didn't want me home, so that's why I came back to the fan.
Come on. I'm only busting your chops.
I'm saying, there's been speculation about everything. There's also speculation that I came back to the fan because I had nowhere else to go. So, that's as foolish as the first one. Go ahead.
It's definitely different listening in the afternoon. I couldn't wait for today. I texted all my friends as soon as I heard you were coming back, even though, it seemed like your summer vacation is what it seemed like.
Well, it was 5 months, and it was 5 months, and I have to admit, it went pretty fast. It was a long time. It's the longest by far I've ever been off the air. I don't even think I'd ever been off the air a month in my life in 30 years. So I was off the air almost 5 months, and 4.5 months, a little more than 4.5 months. So it was a pretty long time from that standpoint. Let's go to Peter in New Brunswick. What's up, Peter?
Hey, Mike. Good to have you back.
Thank you. What's happening?
As a diehard West Virginia fan, it was nice to hear you talk with Jay Wright about that game.
Well, that was the game where they at least were challenged.
Yeah, you look at the box scores, everyone's saying, they won every game by double digits, but they were challenged in that game, and you were right, West Virginia, the game wasn't called the same way in the second half as it was in the first half.
No, they got a rough whistle. And Villanova it's the only game Villanova had trouble moving the ball. They had trouble breaking the press. Especially DiVincenzo had a very tough game that night. If you remember, he was turning the ball over.
Yeah, he had 7 points and 6 turnovers.
Yeah, he had a very tough game that night. Yes.
It was funny watching that. Mike, I got a question about your Twitter.
Yes.
Now, are you going to be actually tweeting from that account, or is this just a promotion?
Just a promotional. It will just be the Twitter account. Will just be promotional. I will not be. I know they made them because of the velocity of the volume of names that were appearing so quickly, because as soon as they started it shot up right away. So the Twitter people then had verified it immediately. I know it's a verifiable account, is what they told me, but I will not be on there taking questions or talking or anything. It will just be to promote this show and promote the app. That would be. I will be on the app though. So I will be on the app in a variety of ways, and ways that I think you'll find very interesting that we have put together. But that's something that we will wait on, because I don't want to do it all in one day and tell you all about it. But over the next couple of weeks and so, I will tell you what we have planned for the app. So we have some stuff that I think is pretty interesting that has not been done before, that we will attempt to do. And some of the people that I'm bringing into the app, it's going to be interesting. And again, like, I don't want the app just to be me. I don't want it to just be my voice. I want there to be other voices on it. I have some plans for different audio things and video things, so we got a lot of plans for there. And I think we're trying to make it a sports destination. And what I found out, and again, I am far from a technical genius as far as this stuff. Someone usually has to coach me through it. My kids are far better at it than I am. But what I found was the apps are the future. That is the way this is all going to be conducted. That is where everything is being driven. And everything will come from that. And that's why I wanted to, from a sports standpoint, make that a destination where everything can be done from the app. And that's the way to promote it. The companies I'm in partnership with said, hey, we have to sign up with Twitter, with Instagram, with Facebook, and get on there to, promote the app. And that's the way we do it. And that's what the show is for, too, is first was to do a show, but secondly is to promote the app. Those are the two things we're going to do here, is do a show just like we've always done. There's going to be any difference in the show than the show I've always done. And we also will be promoting the Mike's On app from the Mike's On show, which is what we're planning to do. Richie in Brightwaters, what's up, Richie?
Hey, Mike. Mets are in first. Jets have a franchise quarterback. Tigers back playing competitive golf. Trump ends the Korean conflict, and you're back. So I wanted to welcome you back.
Thank you.
Big time.
Thank you.
And I wanted to let Evan and Joe know they did a good job on that hour you were missing from one. I was crutching onto Joe for a little golf talk, so I'm glad you're back because I wanted to see what you thought of the Masters and talk about a little bit of Shinnecock and maybe Phil's last hurrah here.
I'm looking forward to Shinnecock. I hope we don't have the folly at 7, so I hope we don't have any follies like that this time.
Well, they're going to protect the course this time, I think, right? Mike, doesn't have to let that burn out like that.
No question. And also, it was just unfair to, we're going to water every 3 groups through. Well, what about that? It's going to make it much easier for the first group through than the third group through. So it's just not fair. So,
remember that summer, Mike? It got really hot early. Do you remember that? It was went right into summer, like in May 1st, was in the 80s every day. And once the USGA got a hold of that course. But I wanted to see what you thought of how Reed stood his ground.
He did a great job. I'll tell you something. He really did. He did an amazing job standing his ground there. The two things that really stood out that day, Fowler chased, but always from where you didn't think he could catch up. And that's kind of his MO. And Rory fell apart, which was very surprising. He missed that 3-footer that would have given him an eagle, and it really seemed to take a lot out of him, if you remember. He never was the same after that. He really.
You remember the shot on 2, Mike?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was the eagle putt on 2. He had a 3-footer for eagle.
Yeah, when he missed that putt, Mike, that's, I think, where you saw him crumble a little bit from that point on.
I agree. And Spieth's performance was, the amazing thing was Spieth never is that good in the fairway. He was in the fairway all day that day until 18 and when he hit the tree.
Yep.
That was a remarkable performance. Tiger, the one thing he has got to, for him to win, I think he can win, but I think it has to be on a course where he doesn't have to hit his driver a lot. He cannot. If he has to hit his driver a lot, he's not going to win.
Well, let's see him at TPC, because I'm really interested in that, because he has no shot at Shinnecock. He just can't control he can't even hit his 3-wood anymore, Mike. You know what I'm saying? He can't even go to that.
No, he has trouble keeping the ball. And Phil, the problem is that he's just a little erratic, and he wears down. And if
Long Island wants him so bad.
Hey, listen, I would give anything to see Phil win the U.S. Open finally and complete the Grand Slam. After all the heartbreak, what went on at Winged Foot, he never should have been in this position. We know that. We know what's going on. So, hey, I agree with you. I'd give anything to see Phil win at Shinnecock. Anything. So, but I just don't think he's going to win that kind of major against these kind of guys anymore. I just think the young guys hit it too far, hit it down the middle, and that's why I think it's going to be very hard for Tiger or Phil to win majors. They may win tournaments. I just think it's hard for them to win majors. I really do. Back after this.
Come out to Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment on Saturday, May 19th for the 3rd Annual Spring Beer Festival. VIP tickets are $75 and general admission is $35 in advance or $45 at the door. For tickets and full beer menu, visit PlayMeadowlands.com.
Curry Automotive, a real New York legend, Curry opened their first dealership in 1919, and remarkably, Curry is still a family-owned and operated business. Babe Ruth actually drove one out of Curry, and we're happy to have Curry as our premier automotive partner. Curry Subaru is located on a large campus on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, across from Kohl's in northern Westchester. From Curry Subaru's lot to your driveway, Curry is transforming the car buying process with the Curry Promise. Curry will always respect your time and your money and offer you a frictionless first-class shopping experience. I guess that's why Curry is around for almost 100 years. Lease a new 2018 Subaru Forester 2.5i all-wheel drive for just $219 per month for 39 months with 21 to 14 due at signing, plus tax and DMV fees. Subaru, the best-selling all-wheel drive cars in America, from Westchester's all-time sales leader. Visit CurrySubaru.com. Offer expires May 31st. Call 877-469-6569 for full details.
The Fix Finder tool from AutoZone is a source of relief. Because when your check engine goes, our Fix Finder goes. No matter what your problem is, our Fix Finder will help you troubleshoot it. For some, it's just a loose gas cap. For others, an O2 sensor. So you can kiss that yellow light goodbye and go. It's the free Fix Finder from AutoZone. It's just one more way AutoZone helps you do more. Because doing more is what we do best. So visit any of our 5,500 AutoZone locations nationwide today. See store for details.
AutoZone. Get in here, shut the door.
What's up, boss?
What's up? You have to ask, Ed?
Yes, sir, usually, sir.
Ed, you're naked as a jaybird.
Correct the mundo, sir, just as you ordered.
I what?
You told us Jimmy John's was going on natural, sir.
No, Ed, I told you our meats are now all natural.
Huh?
That's meats, Ed, not employees.
Oh, I get it now. It's our meats that are all natural.
Yes, Ed. Wood smoked ham, choice roast beef, real fresh turkey breast, all natural and pretty fresh.
How embarrassing.
No kidding. It's a good thing I got to you before your first delivery.
Yeah, well, I already spread the word, sir.
Naked? Oh, no. He's what?
Naked.
He's naked.
We are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos Tequila. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those of you who have welcomed me back to fan, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheers to you. For those of you who haven't, well, have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly.
They're off and running to the Shore's biggest derby party on Monmouth Park's opening day. Racing returns Saturday, May 5th, and we're throwing the ultimate Kentucky Derby party with Vineyard Vines. Shop for derby attire at Vineyard Vines in the Grove at Shrewsbury and receive an exclusive opening day offer. Dress to impress to win Best Dressed Couple or Best Hat. Grab a mint julep and walk our red carpet. It's opening day, the first Saturday in May at Monmouth Park Racetrack.
When better than the freshest time of year to find yourself at the freshest place on the planet? Fairway, where freshness isn't a job, it's an obsession. Where perfection is no exception. Where bread's baked, coffee's ground, and cheese made fresh all day. Where produce is freshly produced twice every day. A place making fresh, time-tasted temptationals by hand with love just for you. Happy spring from Fairway, the place to go fooding.
Phony fees, upcharge add-ons, extra value programs that cost you extra.
Stop letting car dealers take advantage of you. This is Brett Saslow, owner of Smith Haven. Bring me any car dealer's offer, and I'll show you why it's not a Smith Haven real deal.
Every real deal comes with our 5-star added value program that saves you thousands and doesn't increase your price. It includes 2 complimentary oil changes, lifetime free state inspections, 60 service loaners available, and so much more value.
At Smith Haven, the extras are on us and available to everyone.
No after-the-sale add-on fees, no phony prep charges, and pricing with rebates everyone qualifies for.
Real deals, no phony fees or add-ons. That's what makes Smith Haven truly different.
Visit smithhaven.com or go to Smith Haven Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Jericho Turnpike, St. James, Smithtown.
Always remember when you shop for a car, if it's not a Smith Haven deal, it's not a real deal.
Jeep Celebration Event.
Now you can get an online business loan from a local bank you trust. With Lightning Loans from Tompkins Mayapack Bank, you can apply online in minutes. And most approvals happen in 24 to 48 hours. Get started now at mayapackbank.com. Loans subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Joe Ferreter, Regional Vice President for Pep Boys in the tri-state area. I've been in the automotive industry for 37 years. I'm all about building relationships. And with vacation season coming up, Pep Boys cares about your family safety. That's why we use high-quality brands like Wagner brake pads for the best prices around. Forget about it. Before you travel, stop by and our certified techs will check your brakes, alignment, and tire pressure. We also rotate and fill your tires for free. Pep Boys is your last stop for all your automotive needs. You got my word.
Restrictions apply. Free services for rewards members. Visit petboys.com for more details.
Curry Subaru, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Subaru on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit currysubaru.com. We're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studio, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire, and nobody. Now, when the pros shop for windows, they rely on experts at Woodhaven Lumber and Millwork. Woodhaven carries only the Anderson brand of windows because they believe in delivering quality products and superior customer service. For 20 years running, builders have used Anderson windows more than any other brand because great builders and great windows go together. Count on the experts at Woodhaven to help you find the right Anderson windows for your next project. To get started, visit our spacious and modern showrooms in Lakewood, Point Pleasant, or Manahawkin, or go to woodhavenlumber.com. That's where we are right now. On Saturday, May 5th, the party starts with the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. The Kentucky Derby is straight ahead this Saturday, and the all-new Bobby V's restaurant and sports bar wants you to win big. Be part of the Triple Crown action at Bobby V's on Atlantic Street in Stamford, with over 200 HD TVs and a Vegas-style atmosphere and upscale, affordable sports bar menu. Bobby V's is the place to be, so get your bets in on your favorite Derby horses. To make your reservations today, visit BobbyV'sRestaurant.com. That's BobbyV'sRestaurant.com. And talking about the Derby, Brad Thomas will be with us on Friday to do the Derby. The Derby post positions have been pulled, and Justify, the son of Scat Daddy, trained by Bob Baffert, what else is new, who has run just 3 times, will be the morning line favorite. But it's Baffert, so you know he's ready. Mike Maccagnan, the general manager of the Jets, completes our quartet of guests today. Mike, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing very good, Mike. How are you doing?
My pleasure. Thank you. It was an interesting time, Mike. Obviously, all the speculation and what happened. Let me ask you first. When you made the trade, what were you thinking about? What was the best case scenario you were looking to be presented with? I mean, did you have enough quarterbacks you were comfortable with if they went off 1, 2, 3? Well, you obviously looked for a quarterback, right? So it's fair to say that. But what were you hoping for?
Well, Mike, when we did the trade, and I should pause and say we spent quite a bit of time preparing for this draft. I mean, even literally starting from last spring, and then as we went into free agency, I think myself and Brian Heimerdinger, who I kind of rely upon a lot, we sort of focused on our attention on in the draft or in the pro free agency with Kirk Cousins, and of course when that didn't work out, we quickly pivoted. Now, of course, I think around that time frame, I literally went to the other 2 quarterbacks workouts in the draft. It was Baker Mayfield and Josh Rosen. So when we executed the trade, I think at that point in time the consensus was like Sam was going to be one, and we kind of assumed that was a very strong likelihood. But we felt very good, and I've said this all along. We felt very good about when we made that trade being at 3. We felt very strongly there's going to be a very good player there for us, and we tried to do it a little preemptively, and that was kind of our strategy from the get-go, knowing that it was a lot of quarterbacks in the draft that you're going to you have the trade charts, so of course you have to pay a little bit of a premium and sometimes a big premium to try to move up, but we thought we would do it ahead, and although we did pay a pretty decent price for it, we felt the ability to hold on to our 1 going forward and then position ourselves to get a good player there would be great. Perfectly honest, when we went into that at that point in time, I think the common thought was that Darnold was probably going to go 1, and there was some talk even at potentially 2 if he slid. But I think we felt very comfortable with the players we were projected to have there. But of course, when Sam fell to us, that was a very good thing. We were very, very excited about that.
Did you feel when you did this, Mike, that Barkley would go in the first 2 picks? Would you have been surprised if he didn't?
We thought Saquon was obviously a very good, really excellent player and one of the better players in the draft. And we always felt when we were planning that out and trying to sort of speculate what would potentially be available to us, we knew he'd be a very hard player for a team to pass on. So we didn't know exactly which team and where. We knew the teams ahead of us liked him amongst probably some other players, and like we all did. But we knew that would give us a chance to be in a position where a team may not take a quarterback at 2, and I think more of our concern was probably the fact that another team may trade into that spot. But since we made the trade early and we paid a bit of a premium for it, I think we maybe made the price to move up a little bit pricier, so it sort of positioned ourselves well. And of course, we felt very I think that we felt very strongly that Cleveland was based on all the feedback we got, was pretty much locked in on the first pick, and they were probably not going to move that pick. And there was some talk the Giants may or may not move the pick, but we thought we positioned ourselves well, and we're perfectly content to sit there and wait and see what fell to us. And of course, when Sam slid down, we were very, very excited about that.
And if I had asked you before the draft started, had you been convinced by then that this Baker Mayfield stuff was true, that had overwhelmed the last 48 hours, or were you still thinking Donald would go in the top?
Mike, and I may have said this before, and I think you've probably observed quite a few of these drafts. I mean, I think to a certain degree, sometimes as you get closer to it, it firms up, and you have an idea of like who's going 1, who's going 2, who's going 3, and then on. But with every draft I've been around, there's always been surprises. It's never, sometimes there's never quite, comes out until the very last second how it is, and then that usually sort of causes things to change sometimes, and different players to be available at different spots. We felt very fortunate that when we were picking fairly high before, Leonard Williams kind of fell to us, and maybe about 3-4 days or even 5 days out, we thought there was some scenarios where it looked like that would happen. Jamal last year was another player we liked quite a bit, and we saw scenarios where he may kind of, or a few days out, that he may actually be there when we picked at 6. This one was a little different because there was so much, it seemed to be so many different names kind of circulating around. We always kind of felt, Sam was, probably going to be the first pick, and until literally the day of the draft, and the idea or the possibility of Baker Mayfield going in that spot seemed to pick up steam. But of course, you're hearing a lot of things, and sometimes things are true, sometimes things are false. So as you're waiting there, and of course when the pick was made, and of course we're like everybody else, kind of watching the screens and seeing who was going to pick up their phone. And of course, when it was Baker, we realized Sam was going to go to 2, and of course at that point in time, we're sort of nervous to see if the Giants were going to take Sam or another player or Saquon, or if they're going to maybe trade the pick. So I think they kind of turn their pick in a little quicker. Sometimes when teams are trying to facilitate a trade, they'll take more of the clock. So when they turn their pick in, there was that sudden, you suddenly feel like, okay, well maybe this is going to fall our way in the sense that Sam, would be available for us at 3, and obviously you saw Saquon get, the phone call and get the pick, or the pick turned out to be him, and again, we felt very good about that situation there, and it sort of, going back a few months prior, if we had sort of said to us, hey, this is going to happen, I would have said that was probably lower on the possibilities of what we thought, but we'd be very happy if it did, and that's how it turned out.
Talking with Mike Maccagnan, the general manager, a lot of times I watch CNBC, and they say, they ask the same analysts, make the bear case for the stock, make the bull case for the stock. If you were going to make the bear case for Sam, obviously he led the sport in turnovers. We know that. What else would concern you about him if you were making the bear case for him? If you were trying to be negative to him, what was it that you would allude to?
Well, I think there's, with everything, like every player comes out of college, I mean, they always have the areas of their game they still can improve upon. I mean, Sam is very young. He's literally just about to turn 21. He's obviously played quarterback. He's played other positions in football. But the thing when we watched him a little bit, obviously we spent, the 2 full seasons with him, obviously, watching him in, 16 and 17 and getting a chance to see him play live on multiple occasions. Like a lot of times, I think the 2016 season, he probably there was a very good senior class there that helped him a little bit. This year, he was playing with some younger players and maybe not quite as strong as the supporting cast, but you watch him a little bit and you watch him, maybe at times press, try to make things happen. And like every quarterback, they're going to have good games and bad games. But of course, when you sat down with him and kind of we got a chance to visit with him, we feel very good about some of the areas of that game, of his game, we think he can improve upon, and he's very conscious of it. And like all players, we feel that there's areas he can improve upon, and we think he has a very high ceiling. And we really like him from an intangible standpoint. So there's risk with all these guys, and the turnovers are, a little bit of a concern. But again, there's things that we think we can, help him improve upon and fix, and really excited to see what he can do.
How does the Jet fan look at the utilization of these quarterbacks for the year ahead right now?
Yeah, I think, our focus is, really and talking with the coaches, they have a very good plan in place for Sam, along with our other quarterbacks. I think, we're going to, obviously get him in here, obviously, when the rookie minicamp comes, and he's going to get exposed to the playbook, and we're going to throw a lot of stuff at him, and we'll see how he kind of processes comes along. Our goal is not necessarily to, throw him into the fire prematurely, but we're also going to give him the opportunity to go out there and see how fast he accelerates and performs. And but having we feel we have a very good quarterback room, obviously with Josh returning, with kind of his experience and his personality. But the other part is, we brought in Teddy Bridgewater, who's done a nice job for us so far.
Is he healthy?
Yeah, he's actually out here throwing right now in some of the in our phase 2 stuff today, and doing a nice job. And we have a plan for him just from a recovery or rehab standpoint, but he's doing quite well.
And how about the others?
Christian and Bryce are out there too, and they're both taking their reps and both doing a good job. So I think really we sort of approached this thing, especially in free agency after we missed out on Kirk. Teddy was there, and that was we felt a good potential investment for the price point, and made the room more competitive, gave us a little extra insurance flexibility, and of course, we think with Sam and that group too now, it's going to be a very good group, and we'll see how it all performs going forward.
Tell me a little bit about the rest of the draft. I mean, what jumps out? What player should they look at? How about Herndon? There's a guy that people talked about if he wasn't injured would have been a higher pick.
Yeah, that's one, Mike, where and this happens a lot. I mean, sometimes guys get injured, and sometimes late in the year, and his injury was an MCL. So
I was shocked Gesicki didn't go in the first round. I love that kid. I think that guy's a first round pick. I know he went early second, but I thought he was a first round pick. I thought Sony Michel was a first round pick. Both of them I thought were first round picks.
Yeah, those both of the guys are very good players, and but as you go, sometimes, Mike, it kind of there's always different things that factor in a little bit. I think with Sony, obviously, I think he's a good pick for where they got him, and I think he's going to be a good player in this league. With the tight end from Penn State, he did a nice job too. He's very athletic, but really going back to Chris, he was a kid that with the injury, he did test, did some of his testing, didn't do his 40.
He had an MCL, right?
Yep, had an MCL sprain, and he's not quite 100%, but he's going to finish up his rehab here in the next few weeks, and the guys feel good about it. We're excited to get him here this weekend. And of course, for the first few weeks, he's probably going to be a little, we're going to probably monitor him, take him a little slowly, but everything looks really positive from our end with a medical standpoint. And for a 4th round pick, we thought we got a guy that maybe go a little slightly higher if he had been completely healthy. But he's a guy that we thought was a good dual tight end who has the ability to be a functional blocker, but a good receiver. And we did lose Austin Safarian Jenkins last year, but we like our good group of young tight ends, and we'll see if we can keep adding to that going forward. But we're kind of excited about him to see how he does.
How about your 3rd round pick?
Well, Nathan Shepard was an interesting one for us, and it's funny because I guess I didn't realize they draft so many big school guys, but he's a kid that we like quite a bit. He was a guy that our scouts had initially identified, in the fall, and of course Fort Hays State is a little off the beaten track in the middle of Kansas.
Right.
But our scouts liked him, and of course he got invited to the Senior Bowl, which is one of the more prestigious of the college All-Star games, and facing some good competition, and went down there and performed very well. Unfortunately, he did get hurt, which wasn't a major thing, but he wasn't able to play in the game. But really watching him down there for the week, and he's a very big, talented, athletic kid. He has a little bit of a different story. He's a little bit older because he started off in Canada and worked for a few years before he eventually made his way back down to the States. But he's the kind of kid we thought, from an ability standpoint, combined with his kind of passion and work ethic, he showed well in that environment down there against some guys turned out to be fairly high draft picks. We're kind of excited about see what he can do, and I think really coming from a smaller school, aside from his just raw athletic ability and talent, he's a guy that we still think has a lot of potential to grow and develop, and he doesn't have a lot of tread on the wear on the tread because he hasn't played a lot of football since he got out of high school, but he's a we're excited about to see what he can do going forward.
Are you adverse to Sam playing next year? Do you have any feelings about whether you would like him or not like him to be a real player? Is the core good enough around him to put a kid in that quickly? Does that concern you at all? How do you feel about where he is right now?
Well, I think we have a vision for this team, and we're still focused on trying to fulfill that. And there's still a lot of areas in our mind that we're still a bit of a work in progress. But we do have some good players out here, and we're excited about see how they do. But I think I'm like everybody else. I'm kind of excited to see how Sam comes along and develops. I know he's going to get an opportunity at some point in time to play, and once the coaches feel he's ready and has earned it, they'll make that determination. But I think we have enough, good players, and right now, and assuming like every other team, we stay healthy, to go out there, and I would have no problem about him go out there playing. I think he is, again, it's really kind of up to him and the coaches to figure out, where he's at and if he earns that opportunity.
Is he, everyone looks to find their guy. Is he your guy? I mean, can you feel like in your gut that he's your guy? I mean, everyone, is always looking to find that guy who's going to be their quarterback for a long time. Every GM, every coach, everyone's looking for that guy. In your gut, is he that guy?
I think really, Mike. I mean, I feel very good about him personally. But like I said, there's a lot of people in this process. There's a lot of people that did a lot of things to help us position ourselves to get this player. So, to me, it's really, even though in the end it's falls upon me and it's my decision, it's really an organizational decision. But we as an organization feel very good about Sam, not only from his ability, but from his intangibles. And we're very excited to see what he can do. So, but it's one of those guys I feel very good about, having him be our quarterback and see what he can do.
Where would you say you are in the process right now, Mike, as far as the roster itself? And obviously you got a young quarterback to think about and consider his growth in the whole equation. But what would you say about where you are right now in terms of the overall roster?
Well, we're still we obviously, only won 5 games last year, but we were very competitive in quite a few of these games that we lost, and we beat some teams. We beat 3 teams that went to the playoffs last year from the AFC, and we played 3 teams in the NFC that, we played them close, although we ended up coming up short, that did go to the playoffs. So, the thing I'm excited about a lot, Mike, is that we're a very young team. We have a very good, I think we have some good core young players. I love the chemistry and the perseverance our players showed last year with Todd and the coaching staff kind of working through, the last season. I think have made progress. We've moved this team towards the vision we have for it. We're a young team going forward. We have a lot of cap space next year. We're actually in a very, very good situation from that standpoint. But we're still, there's still things we're looking to do. We don't feel we've arrived. We definitely feel we're a work in progress. And we're looking at everything possible to keep moving this team towards the vision we have for it, which is, have a young core team with a, very good cap shape that can go out there and compete for the playoffs on a yearly basis. And, I think getting Sam and some of the other players in this draft class hopefully will help, and some of these college free agents will hopefully help us move forward. We're definitely still looking on the pro side. If there's still some good players out there that maybe a smaller, in terms of lower price point, but anything we can do to make this team and keep building this team and the vision we have for it, that's kind of our focus. So how fast we get there, we'll find out. But we feel good about it. We definitely feel good about adding Sam in this process, and we'll see how this thing unfolds.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you coming on today. We'll talk, obviously, as the season draws near, but I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Sounds good, Mike. Glad to have you back, man.
My pleasure. Bye-bye. Thank you. Mike Maccagnan, the General Manager. As we approach 6 here, let me get to Casamigos and then we'll get to Bob. I want to chat with Bob for a second anyway. We are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos tequila. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those of you who welcome me back, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheers to you. For those of you who might have said, I don't know how I feel about that, well, have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly. 6 o'clock, straight up with Mr. Met.
WFAN, WFAN FM, New York.
WFAN Sports Flash.
And Mike, this report brought to you by Bravo Pizza, family owned and operated since 1985. Visit them on the corner of 30th and 7th or find them online at bravopizza.ny.com. Well, you went to Cespedes, originally thought a sore thumb would keep him out a couple of games, but when the Mets begin a 6-game homestand tonight, he's in the starting lineup. Mets and Braves, first of 3 at Citi Field.
Cespedes injured his thumb with a head-first slide into third on Sunday afternoon, and Mickey Callaway takes it from there.
We took him out as precaution, and that's all it was at the time. He's a tough kid. He's been playing, the game the right way. And when you play it as hard as he's been playing, little things happen.
Turns out to be just that, a little thing. Noah Syndergaard gets the start for the Mets tonight. Mike Soroka makes his Major League debut for Atlanta. The Yankees got a good start last night from Sonny Gray. Charlie Morton was better. Does it get easier tonight for the Yankees? Second game of the 4-game series in Houston. Yankees and Astros, and tonight the Yankees face Justin Verlander, who's off to a 4-0 start with an ERA of 1.36. Jordan Montgomery for the Yankees. We'll have it on the Fan at 7:30. 2 games tonight, NBA playoffs, including a Game 1 in Toronto. The Cavs and the Raptors and the Warriors try to take a 2-0 lead on New Orleans. And tonight they get back Steph Curry. Curry's been out since March 23rd with a knee injury. This report brought to you by Credit Karma. Get your truly free credit score and free credit monitoring from Credit Karma. Download the Credit Karma app today. Credit Karma, get knowing. The Alzheimer's Foundation of America is hosting a free Alzheimer's educational conference on May 18th at the Crowne Plaza in Times Square from 8:30 to 2 p.m. For more information, visit alzfdn.org. Fan weather brought to you by KFC. Get the new Crispy Kernel Sandwich from KFC. The new KFC Crispy Kernel $5 fill-up with wedges, cookie, and a drink. This offer is not everywhere and not forever. Prices may vary. Tax and substitutions extra. 79 degrees and sunny skies at Central Park, and that's what's happening. I'm Bob Easler on Sports Radio 101.9 FM and Sports Radio 66, your flagship station for Mike Francesa and Mike's On from 3 to 6:30, along with Boomer and Gio morning 6 to 10, Benigno Roberts middays 10 to 1 p.m., and Carlin, Maggie, and Bart afternoons from 1 to 3.
Live from the Town Fair Tire Studio, it's Mike's On, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Curry Automotive, a real New York legend. Curry opened their first dealership in 1919, and remarkably, Curry is still a family-owned and operated business. Babe Ruth actually drove one out of Curry, and we're very happy to have Curry as our premier automotive partner. Curry Hyundai is located on a large campus on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, across from Kohl's in northern Westchester. From Curry Hyundai's lot to your driveway, Curry is transforming the car buying process with the Curry Promise. Curry will always respect your time and your money, and offer you a frictionless first-class shopping experience. I guess that's why Curry is around for almost 100 years. Lease a new 2018 Hyundai Tucson SE with all-wheel drive for just $189 a month. 36 short months, $19.99 due at signing, plus tax, tags, and motor vehicle fees, or buy it for just $21,988. Curry Hyundai on Route 6 in Cortland Manor next to Kohl's. CurryHyundai.com for full offer details. Call 866-948-3617. Offer ends May 31st.
Mike's on. He's ready to go on the Fan. New York Sports Radio. Mike's on. Mike's on.
A little after 6, we'll take you up till 6:30 tonight. Yankee baseball on the Fan tonight as they play Game 2 in Houston of a 4-game set. Mets and the Braves tonight. I gave you the Met lineup. I'll give it to you again. Cabrera, Conforto, Cespedes, Bruce, Frazier, Gonzalez, Rosario, Nitto, and Syndergaard. You heard Sandy say that he hasn't been able to find a catcher. They're after Real Muto, but they want a lot for him. A lot. Mets like Real Muto a lot. They've been after him for a while. They just can't get him. They want too much for him. They haven't been able to square the price. That's the guy, though, that they've been after for a while now. We're coming to you live from Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Like I said, we're here until 6:30. Yanks tonight. Montgomery against Verlander. Verlander has been so good already this year. I mean, I have to admit, I did not expect that. And a lot of people last year, and I was one of them, who didn't want him coming to the Yankees. So the price tag's not worth it. The salary's not worth it. He's making too much money. He's not the same. You know what? We were wrong. He is the same. He's better. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On. Here's the Yankee lineup. Gaudy, Judge, Didi, Stanton DH, Sanchez, Hicks, Andujar, Austin, Perez, and Montgomery. So Gaudy, Judge, and Didi, Stanton DH, Sanchez, and Hicks, Andujar, Austin, and Torres. Andujar has got a good, solid bat. Austin, who is my, the modern-day Muscarin, and Torres, who just has a world of talent. It is an incredible amount of ability. And Montgomery on the mound against Verlander. Game 2 of 4. They'll play tomorrow night. They'll also play Thursday afternoon. We'll be off that day. Show tomorrow. We'll do one Thursday. No show Friday. Back with Derby Show, including Brad Thomas. I think we'll try and hook Bill Simmons up tomorrow. NBA tonight. Of course, you have the Cavs taking on Toronto. They not only are underdog tonight, as you would expect, but they are underdog almost 2-1. Toronto's a 2-1 favorite to win the series. Now, I know they're not much, and I know sometimes you got to rely on guys you don't want any part of relying on. But just having LeBron there, and I understand that you're going to need 3 or 4 times where he's going to have to go out and get 40. And there's going to be games where he's going to have to do it on what he did in Game 5, just block a shot on one end and then, hit a 3 on the other end to win a game. But with him there, I'll still go with the Cavaliers over Toronto. I think the best thing going to happen to LeBron this year, though, is to just perish in these postseason in the East and not have to go to the finals because he's not going to win. Not going to win. My kids don't know what to do. Usually I'm home with them now at this time, so they're texting me. So I've already heard from Emily, now I heard from Harrison. He just got home from his lacrosse game, said he scored a goal. It's good for him. Jack, who is always playing something, and usually scores a goal or more, has also texted me, so good to hear from the kids. You see this crazy stuff. Come back because his family threw him out. Yeah, they threw me out of the house. That's exactly right. Whatever works for you guys. Sorry. I spend a lot of time with my kids. They're great kids. Very lucky. Very lucky. Corey in Riverdale. What's up, Corey?
Mike, we heard you talk to A-Rod earlier and talking about how the Yankees need to acquire pitching.
They do. They're going to have to. Yeah, they're going to play with the big boys. They're going to have to acquire a pitcher.
You're right. And with the news yesterday, it's only May 1st, but with the news yesterday about Seager and with them being 4 games under 500, I would love to see them go for those last 2 months for Shaw's contract.
No, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. Corey, come on. And I don't even think the Giants are trading their big guy. I don't think that'll happen. I think you're much more likely looking at guys like Fulmer. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Kershaw is not. Listen, I mean that's just too crazy to even think about. I mean, so that's not happening. I don't care about injuries. I don't care about slow starts. That's not happening. Not happening. There'll be plenty of pitchers available, and the Yankees got more than enough to trade. They have more than enough to give away in those deals, So they're going to have to give away to get, but they're going to have to they're going to have to trade. They don't have, the Yankees have some issues in this rotation, and they have some guys you're still questioning about and wondering about in the pen too. They do have guys you can count on, and Chapman looks to be back. Meaning that you can count on Chapman. It's 2-1 Chapman, then you say, okay, game's over. I feel like that right now. I didn't feel like that at time last year. I feel like that. Betances, it's basically one outing after another. Try to get to the next one, try to get to the next one. Gray gave you a much better game yesterday against a good hitting team. That's one. He had been so woeful before that. He had just been so bad. It just and so really against even challenging people. That drove you crazy. So you have some issues there. And frankly, other than Severino, who is is a top flight pitcher. He is a top flight guy. But they're going to need, if they're going to compete at the top of the East and compete at the top of the American League with teams like the ones you're seeing here, the Astros, then the Indians, then the Red Sox, you're going to have to improve the pitcher. Jeff in Oceanside, what's up, Jeff?
What's up, Mike? How you been?
Good. What's happening?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
As you know, I'm a big Mets fan.
Right.
What do you think about the team so far, the new manager compared to Terry Collins?
I think they've responded to him fairly well. I think that I like Terry a lot, but they probably needed a different voice. Cespedes, things will get better. A lot of guys has been erratic, obviously. They still are going to need more from their starting pitching. They're going to need more consistency. They really can't count on Harvey for much right now, and who knows what's going on between his ears. They can't count on Matz right now. They're getting a little more consistency from Wheeler, which is a positive. But, again, they don't, behind the big two, there's just not enough there right now. So you wonder about that. But here's the thing that's happened there. Washington's problems are pretty real. The Braves and Phillies have young players, but even though the Phillies and the Braves have played well, they're still a year away. Miami, we know how many games they're going to lose. They're going to lose 100 games or close to it. So the Mets have a very, very good chance there to have a good season, especially in that side of that division. And again, I think Philly and Atlanta are closing the gap, but they're not ready to be playoff teams, and it does not look like Washington's going to be anywhere near as strong as everyone thought they were going to be with the injuries they've had. Mike in Manhattan, what's up, Mike?
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Listen, you sound upbeat, positive, happy to be there. Hope you're not an imposter from WFAN. Listen, two things. One, did you get to see HBO's Paterno?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I thought I was watching him play Phil Spector.
Right.
I didn't think it was good.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Okay. One more thing.
He almost seemed like he was the same character he was in the Phil Spector one. He really did. And I know Pacino is a legendary actor, but every time I saw him, I thought of Phil Spector.
Michael, same thing, 100%. I totally agree with you. One more thing. People forget about Teddy Bridgewater. Besides that crucial knee injury, he's a good quarterback. Tell me something. He lights up the summertime, and he's your starter, Bridgewater, for the Jets. He takes them to the AFC Championship. Maybe they lose, maybe they win, whatever. They go to Super Bowl. What happens to
they trade him as fast as they can to a team for draft picks. Get rid of him as fast as you can. If you get a good year out of Bridgewater and he winds up being the quarterback next year, trade him as fast as you can for picks, because Donald's your future. The Paterno thing I did not think was that good. Now, again, their point was he knew. Their point was he only had tunnel vision. He only cared about his football team. Don't bother me with anything else. Don't bother me with details. But they said in there that he heard in the 70s. And do I believe that? I do. Now, I'm not saying it didn't go in one ear and out the other, but the idea that anything happened at that campus that he didn't know about is nonsense. It's always been my take. I'm not accusing him of doing anything, but he did not do enough. And the cover-up there was so outrageous, it was ridiculous. But I did not think it was that well done. I did not. And I couldn't get past, if you saw the Phil Spector thing, he reminded me of when I was watching Phil Spector. Mike in Parsippany, what's up, Mike?
Mike, how are you?
Good, what's happening?
Welcome back. It's been a long time.
Thank you.
Your opinion. The Browns, I think they had a good draft. Can they go 8-8?
The Browns will get better all at once because they've upped their talent level a lot. I was not the biggest Baker Mayfield fan. I really believe if they wanted to, they could have gotten Mayfield at 4 and taken Barkley at 1 if they wanted to. I think they could have done that and they would have succeeded. I think if the Giants had lost Barkley, they would have traded the pick. It seems to me more than take Donald now. I could be wrong, and they might have backed off and taken Donald. But Cleveland would have been left with a good quarterback, and I think they would have gotten Mayfield because my understanding is I don't think the Jets were going anywhere. Despite all those rumors the last 2 days, I don't think the Jets were going anywhere near Mayfield. So I think they could have gotten him anyway. But again, they did well. Now, the corner better turn out to be a heck of a player to be picked where he was picked. That's all. So Cleveland has improved their talent. Now they just have to get past the culture that they have. That's the worst part of it for them. Remember when you first fell in love with your home? Has it lost some of its luster over the years? Well, Rings End wants you to relove your home, and they've got lots of ways for you to do it. Why not refresh rooms with a new coat of Benjamin Moore paint? Or relove your view with beautiful new windows and doors from Marvin with Rings End. You can turn the house you have into the home you love. So go on in, Rings End. Their initials are RE because they're redefining home improvement. Now, if anybody out there is hungry right now, pick up the phone and call Bravo Pizza on the corner of 30th and 7th at 212-235-1114. That's 212-235-1114. Bravo Pizza has been serving New York since 1985, has all the classics from their signature pies to their wide selection of heroes, salads, and pastas. Bravo Pizza has you covered, so pick up the phone, give them a call, 212-235-1114, or view their full menu and visit them at BravoPizzaNewYork.com. That's BravoPizzaNewYork.com. We're right back. Curry Automotive, a real New York legend. Curry opened their first dealership in 1919, and remarkably, Curry is still a family-owned and operated business. Babe Ruth actually drove one out of Curry, and we're happy to have Curry as our premier automotive partner. Curry Subaru is located on a large campus on Route 6 in Cortland Manor, across from Kohl's in northern Westchester. From Curry Subaru's lot to your driveway, Curry is transforming the car buying process with the Curry Promise. Curry will always respect your time and your money and offer you a frictionless first-class shopping experience. I guess that's why Curry is around for almost 100 years. Lease a new 2018 Subaru Forester 2.5i all-wheel drive for just $219 per month for 39 months with 21 to 14 due at signing, plus tax and DMV fees. Subaru, the best-selling all-wheel drive cars in America, from Westchester's all-time sales leader. Visit currysubaru.com. Offer expires May 31st. Call 877-469-6569 for full details.
Can you believe it's already May? Summer's around the corner. Next year will be here before you know it. So as time flies, get your savings on the rise. Open a 12-month CD from Capital One to get guaranteed returns on your money with one of the highest savings rates around. Capital One CDs are FDIC insured up to allowable limits for extra peace of mind. Stop by your nearest Capital One location today to lock in a great rate. Offered by Capital One NA.
We are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerber's Casamigos Tequila. Truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market. Absolutely no burn. So for those of you who have welcomed me back to fan, raise a glass of Casamigos and cheers to you. For those of you who haven't, well, have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company, New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly.
Wall Hours Paint and Design is Benjamin Moore's largest retailer, serving Westchester and Putnam counties with 11 convenient locations. Wall Hours, the color makers, is a family-owned and operated business since 1921. Their unique combination of Ace Hardware, Benjamin Moore, and 14 design consultants makes them the premier destination for getting the job done right from start to finish. Stop in between now and Memorial Day and refer to this ad to receive a free paintbrush to get your project started.
This Sunday, the hit Showtime drama Billions moves to its new time at 9 p.m.
Are you in?
Then at 10.
You work hard, you pay your dues, good things will happen.
Yeah, I didn't do any of those things.
It's the season premiere of I'm Dying Up Here.
Do you have any idea what I had to do to get here?
Starring Academy Award winner Melissa Leo.
Life ain't hard, you ain't doing it right.
Billions, followed by I'm Dying Up Here. It all starts Sunday at 9, only on Showtime. Download the app and start your free trial now.
In a future where entertainment is chaos, one device will rise to take back control. Altice One from Optimum has arrived. With live TV, ultra-fast internet, built-in whole-home Wi-Fi, plus cloud DVR, Showtime, Stars, and Stars Encore, all for 1 year. The power is in your hands. Call 8776-OPTIMUM or visit experiencetheone.com to switch now for only $79.99 a month for 2 years guaranteed and no annual contract. The best streaming apps like Netflix and YouTube, together with 1 year of cloud DVR, Showtime, Stars, and Stars Encore, with special features like a voice-activated remote and instant restart function. Stuck in a contract? We'll give you up to $500 to get out of it. Love it or return it risk-free with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just $79.99 a month for 2 years when you call 8776-OPTIMUM now. All you need is one. Altice One from Optimum. Offer for new residential customers. Taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. See Optimum.com for details.
LorraineKatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol is brought to you by Accountex. The outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels built at a
wait right now. Need additional help closing your books? Accountants can find your right fit, like bookkeepers or other accounting and finance professionals on a temporary basis and fast. Accountants, a Robert Half company. I'm Kelly Dillon with the RainKatina.com Auto Group and Highway Patrol.
Curry Toyota, automotive sponsor of the return of Mike's On, offering you a frictionless first-class car shopping experience. Curry Toyota on Route 6 in Cortland Manor. Visit CurryToyota.com. All right, now, we are celebrating my return to fan with George Clooney and Randy Gerbers. Casamigos Tequila, truly the best tasting, smoothest tequila on the market, absolutely no burn. So for those of you who welcome me back, the fan raise a glass of Casamigos and cheer to you. And for those of you who maybe didn't, well, have a shot of Casamigos and welcome to our house of friends. Casamigos Tequila, Casamigos Spirits Company in New York. Enjoy Casamigos responsibly. And Buddy Lee Einstein, who's a big part of that too, we thank him today and for all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On. That's where we are going to present the app when it's ready to go. And we're back here on the Fan 3 to 6:30 every day right here on Sports Radio 66. WFAN and 101.9 here 3 to 6:30 from this studio, and points unknown at other times. But, you know, that doesn't matter. The same show, no matter where it is. Chris and Madawan, what's up, Chris?
Hey, Mike, before you left, I seem to recall vaguely, you were saying, if you had a platform, you would miss whatever sporting event would be going on.
Big events, yeah, I agree with that, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just curious. Over the past few months, we had the Super Bowl, the draft, we had the start of baseball. What was the one thing that happened that if you had the mic in front of you, what you would have been kind of itching to chime in on?
That's a good one. Well, I think I'm sure a lot of people were anxious for my reaction to the Beckham thing because I've become kind of the guy who was always on the other side with Beckham and always the more vocal critic of him. So I heard a lot about that. And I don't know that I would have weighed in that much on that issue because I'm not sure we knew exactly what was going on there. So I know a lot of people reacted to me about that way. But that one was, like I said, it was a little bit of a non-issue. The Super Bowl really, let's be honest, it just came down to one mistake. Otherwise, it just would have been one of the classic shootouts of all time, and I think Tom would have won it. I really believe that. It's just that, I picked New England by 3. I thought it was going to. I didn't like their defense. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. I never thought it would be anything like that, though. I mean, the game was just without defense. I mean, it was crazy to have a game with those kind of statistics in a Super Bowl. Almost unfathomable to have a game played like that in a Super Bowl. So, I picked it close. Like I said, I took the Eagles with the points, and I picked it by 3 points because I really thought it would be close. And I just thought Tom, was Tom, and that he'd figure out a way to win by a field goal, which is something they've done a lot in the Super Bowl. So it was not, they had done that so many times. One game is by 3 points. That was not an unusual call for their Super Bowls, to be honest with you. Sonny in Melbourne, what's up, Sonny?
Hey, Mike, let's have you back.
What's happening? Thanks.
Talk about the Giants. I think Barkley was a great pick for the Giants, but specifically a great pick for Eli. You saw what Fournette did to Bortles. They don't get to that championship game without him. And, of course, with Zeke Elliott, when he went out, Prescott had all sorts of problems. So, I mean, great pick. As far as the offense,
I don't think they're going to be used. See, those teams are used to overcome their quarterback's limitations. The Giants will not build their offense that way. They will not build their offense based on their quarterback's limitations. They will build an offense that is explosive and balanced because they have the weapons to do that. So it will be a different way of doing things. Jacksonville, if they had any conviction in their quarterback, would have won that game. They just didn't believe their quarterback could take them home at the end of the game. So they really didn't want to play through him anymore. That's what really happened.
Right. Mike, is Barkley going to be the type of back? I mean, I love him, obviously. He's unbelievable. But he does a lot of, sidestep and stuff like that. Is he going to be the kind of back? And I think the answer is no, Fournette, where you're up in the fourth quarter, you can just hand him the ball and run between the tackles.
No,
right?
Barkley is not an unbelievable outside runner. That's not his strength. I'm not saying he's weak at it. I'm just saying it's not his strength. Barkley is a threat to go all the way every time. He's a guy that when you get him in a mismatch in the passing game, he will scare teams to death. And also, if he gets to make that second cut, he'll be able to score on anywhere on the field. I see him getting the ball 5 or 6 times as a receiver. I see him getting the ball 15 times as a running back. He stays on the field as long as he shows that he can pick up the blitz, and my understanding is he can. He's also a fast study. He's a guy without a lot of weaknesses, so I think he will play extensively. I think the thing you're going to have with the Giant offense is, you're going to love their number 2 pick, their second-round pick. You're going to be in love with him because that guy is going to be a road grader. He is going to be a big-time blocker. He is going to be a force, I believe. I think they're going to be much improved on the offensive line, and they're going to be exceedingly hard to match up because they have 3 guys now in their offense who can really cause severe matchup problems. The tight end can. Obviously, Beckham can, and now Barkley can. And that is something where if you're an offensive coordinator, you're trying to cause matchups that really other team can't handle. They can cause a lot of them. That's what big-time offenses do. That's why Graham's always been good. That's why Gronkowski causes so many problems, because you've got players who they have the ability to break down defenses because they cause matchup problems all over the field. The Giants now have multiple players who can do that, and that is a big strength. I think that's what Barkley brings, more than just a running ability, is an explosiveness and a matchup nightmare. And that's what you're looking for. And it's going to be interesting. The Giants and how they really deploy and the imagination they show with this offense will be fascinating, because they have a lot of guys who really, when you play and you fool with the pieces, can cause severe matchup problems in their matchups. And that's... Having one of those guys is fun. Having 2 of those guys is a real good thing. Having 3 of them, scary. And they have 3 of them. We'll see you tomorrow.